Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Xbox Drive episode 349. I am one of your hosts, Fee. I hope you had a fantastic week. It's so great to be here, but it's also great to be here because we have everyone here tonight, guys. It's been like 2 months, so we're just gonna start it off because I'm way too excited about this. Mitch, how are you doing, buddy?
Well, what's funny is I almost felt too sick to even be here, so I almost took it away. It almost got rid of, all four of us being here. Other than feeling slightly sick, I'm good. I'm still on vacation, technically. I just got back from Minnesota for a week where I didn't play any video games. I didn't do.
They don't allow
games.
it there.
No
video
crazy?
games in Minnesota.
It's a dry state.
Actually, yeah. A lot of weird liquor laws there, a lot of weird liquor laws there. But no, what was funny is my brother-in-law is actually a very avid video game collector. He probably had 4,000 video games in his basement. And I didn't play any of them. I didn't play
He's like, because he didn't let you?
Wow.
Like,
No.
You can't
I
touch
could
these.
have.
Yeah, don't touch them.
No, I could have. I just was just like, you know what? I'm good. Let me just take a week away. Let me just not play video games and stuff. So I did.
Probably healthy.
Wow,
I did.
I can't wait to hear about what you've been playing this week then.
I've been playing the last 2 days. I've been streaming the last 2 days, so I got some stuff I can talk about.
That is true. That is
Yep.
true. I know someone else who's been playing some games. Sean, how are
Hi.
you doing?
I'm okay. I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited to talk. I'm glad everybody is here. It's like having the family back. It's I feel like I don't know what day it is, to be honest with you guys. Like I woke up this morning. I had today off, which was nice. It's gonna be it'll be my birthday on Sunday, so I took today off. I took Monday off, so I've got an extended long weekend. I'm just making it all about me, and I don't care. You turn 40 once, and it's happening this weekend. At least that's my understanding of math and time and that sort of thing. I haven't met somebody who's turned 40 twice. So today was all about me. The kids were at my parents' house. My wife is planning a little something for Sunday. So like I started the day, guys, favorite place ever, of course, McDonald's. Ordered myself some McDonald's pancakes, had a little sausage in there, just syrup all over it, enjoyed my coffee. What do I want to do today? I want to watch a movie. So I watched a movie. I want to play some games. I want to read a book. I read a little bit of Cliff Bleszinski's book. Like it's been a nice, I had a shower. I brushed my teeth even too. Like, dang, like 10 out of 10 days.
Special day.
Pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Special day of Sean's brushing his teeth and showering. That's crazy.
Woo! I'm all clean and stuff. Yeah.
Man, killing
Good
it.
stuff. Yeah. I did that bike ride though last weekend, and so I was wearing a helmet and sweating and like having a whole bunch of sunscreen and stuff. So I got a little like I'm turning 40, but I look like I'm 13 on my forehead a little bit. So just a little, adult acne kind of happening up here. I'm a little self-conscious about it, but whatever. It's fine.
I mean,
clear up.
honestly, with your camera right now, you look like you have like flawless skin.
Oh,
So,
thanks. I'm shining the lights as bright as possible.
Perfect.
But yes.
Overexposure helps get rid of acne. Is what I
Definitely.
last heard.
Yeah, and the Vaseline on the lens.
Because I was gonna say, like the skin, like
Give that lens a little hawk to it, you know what I'm saying?
oh my god. I was just gonna say, I can tell you right now, if like we took this as a clip and put it on YouTube, the first thing people were gonna ask is like skin routine. Because your skin looks like just dewy and flawless. So 10
Thanks.
out of 10, Sean. You're
Oh,
welcome.
okay. It's
They would
all the
also
camera
ask
tricks.
if Sean sees the sun. They would also ask that.
Because it's so bright.
It's so
look,
bright.
I've got a good tan line
Okay,
going
there
on
you
where
go.
my
Can't
watch
tell.
was. Yeah, I'm just washed out, you guys.
Man.
In more ways than one. But I'm doing great. Since you asked, that's kind of just generally how I'm doing. Also very
Awesome.
specifically how I'm doing.
Thank you so much, Sean. And
You guys don't know what to do with me still.
it's okay. No. It's just my energy levels just hasn't kicked in yet. So I'm just like, I really just need to get on the same level.
Okay, I got
at
you.
some- at some point it's going to hit, and it's just going to hit way too hard, and then everyone's going to be like, this is too much. But you know what? You know who keeps everything together? Bowsah. How are you doing?
I do? That sounds really dangerous if I'm the one in charge of keeping it together. Doing pretty good. Wednesday, went and got myself a motorcycle, 3-wheel motorcycle. Last night I got a massage. And then I rode the motorcycle home from that after dark and got covered in bugs. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
today I had to wash and clay bar and wax said motorcycle. So now I need another massage, so
I also need a massage. Let's all go for massages.
let's do it.
I'm down. I just
Do
want to
the-
say I want to know more about Bowsah, because Bowsah's going on cruises, going on trips, and then now has a literally, what is it? Like you said, a 3-wheel motorcycle.
Yep.
Also, I know that there's like things called like the Spider. I don't know if
That's what I have.
Oh, those are cool. Nice.
See?
Got me a spider.
Nice. Those are
Nice.
awesome. They come
Yeah.
free. The motorcycles come free with the tattoo you got, right?
Yeah.
What
think
is
that's how that
happening?
It's
works.
also a Canadian company, I believe.
Yeah. One or the other.
That's why she
Motorcycles
knows
come
so
free
much
with
about
free
it. She's like,
tattoos.
I've heard of this spider thing from Canada, and she's like,
Yeah.
yes, of course.
Man, I'm learning so much about Bowsah in the past like 30 seconds. My brain's about to explode. Yeah, I've just been super busy this week. I didn't know what day it was, and quite honestly, Bowsah, the moment that you said Wednesday, I'm like, is it Wednesday? I'm like, what has happened? I thought this was Friday. I'm like, I know we recorded last Wednesday for
Yeah.
the podcast,
Been a while.
which is probably where I felt like, man, it's been a long minute since I've recorded anything podcast related. So I was very confused and then had to figure out, because time is a construct, guys. So that's just how I'm doing. Just trying to figure out what time is, and also days. Even though I know them in both English and in French, I cannot comprehend what day of the week it is. So yeah, that's just me. Great times, guys.
Just-
I'm
Living your best life.
living my best life. Just way too excited about everyone being here. Even though Mitch is not feeling good, kudos to Mitch. And I'm just really excited, guys. It's just nice it's just like a warm hug. We're all back together, guys. It's just nice for probably like 2
Probably
weeks.
one
and then
week.
of us-
Dude, I was just going to say it. Like, what's happening next week? Nobody's going to be here.
Oh my goodness. Just like, we'll just have one of Bowsah's plushies just on camera for 2 hours. It's going to be that huge cat right there.
Yeah,
and people are going to
the
be
creepy
like,
cat.
yeah, why not? That's a great way. Instead
Is that
of
a
like
cat? That looks like a possessed sloth of some sort.
Look, the carpool gaming ladies made me buy this.
It's true.
Oh my gosh.
We've
that's
had these discussions
terrifying.
about that cat before.
We
I didn't know
have.
that's what you were pointing at. Look at that thing.
Yeah. Look at those
Okay, now
like
it's
those,
more clearly a cat.
Those toe
Yes.
beans.
Okay, I like that quite a lot.
Yeah. I do
It's
appreciate
so
the fact that I was a part of
round.
this. And the raccoon tail.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Can't handle it. But do you know what we can handle? Housekeeping.
He's
What
right
else
on
would you
it.
do without me being there?
It's
Yeah, what'd you guys
true.
do last week with housekeeping? Did somebody just say it?
Oh yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Wait, you didn't listen to the show?
I was also not really. No, that was the
I'm
day
calling
I
out
traveled.
all the carpool people who don't listen to the carpool content.
So
I know
here's what I
Bowsah
wanna-
listens. That's why
That's
she's
fine.
here.
No, shout out to Bowsah. She listens. Here's what I'll tell you what happened. So on Wednesday, I traveled. Okay. Except for I went to the airport Tuesday night. I left Phoenix at 12:50 a.m. Wednesday. Okay. So technically Wednesday I left.
Okay.
And I got about an hour of sleep on the plane because I was in full dad mode. I'm like, making sure everybody's here. Is everybody got drinks before you get on the plane? Is everybody on the plane? Because I'm not like Kevin Callister's mom. I make sure my kids are on the plane, right? Everybody good? Do you have your iPad? Is your battery charged? Are you on the plane Wi-Fi? Blah, 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 blah. And
Plane
it's only like
Wi-Fi.
yeah, Delta. Shout out to
Fancy.
Delta.
Oh, shout out to
No.
Delta.
Delta has free in-flight Wi-Fi as long as you're a member of their thing, which is totally free. Good for them. Good job, Delta. And then by the time I was able to like relax, 35, 45 minutes on the plane, that's it. I got sleep. And then we went straight into getting a car, going and hanging out with my family. I felt so bad. I was falling asleep talking to them. Like I felt narcoleptic. I'm just like, yeah, man, that's kind of
Yeah.
just like
Like an iPhone
zonked.
that runs out of batteries.
100%. And then you try to charge it for like 5 seconds and you unplug it to do something else and it dies again. That's exactly what happened to me. It was real bad. I was falling asleep in the middle of conversations with people.
So I just want
really
to say,
terrible.
I have our schedule up in front of me, and I know for a fact you could have listened to the Xbox Drive because it comes out to everyone free feeds on Tuesdays. So
Yeah.
Mitch, you
That's
had
true.
a car. You
And
could have
Saturday on Patreon.
Exactly. You could have made your entire family listen.
And the VOD's on YouTube the whole time.
The whole
Bam.
time. Like
This is all
instantly.
very true. This is all very
Bam.
true. I just didn't
Bam.
listen.
Called out.
It's
In
cool.
4K. Caught in 4K.
Three
Just fire
people
me.
who are not accepting any reasons, no excuses, no nothing.
It's
But
fine.
good
Don't
try.
worry about it. Wait
Good
till
effort.
Sean hates me after the news I have to tell him this weekend.
Sounds great.
Whoa.
Sean's going to hate me.
I don't hate anybody.
You're going to. Oh, you're going to hate me.
Oh, what
You're
did
gonna
you
hate me so-
do?
What
I
did you
didn't do-
do?
We'll discuss it after the show.
Oh, intriguing. Okay. So should I read out the housekeeping stuff?
Yes, go ahead for sure.
Should that be the
Please.
thing? Holy crap, you guys. So much stuff has been going on. The Patreon. I just want to say this right now. I actually don't know if I've really even shared this. There are more people on Patreon now than in the history of Carpool Gaming or you, me, and Capri or whatever we've ever had it. It's the most we've ever had right now. So thank you to everybody for supporting us at Patreon. At the beginning of 2024, we embarked on this whole new thing. Is Mitch blowing his nose without muting? Oh, did you mute? You got it? You good? Okay, you're good.
I'm
It's
good.
fine. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for supporting us for some reason on patreon.com/carpool gaming. That is incredible. And a very special thank you to Peje EP for upgrading to that platinum producer tier, which
Whoa.
I've got some news for you in just a moment. And the Jiggy Collector for joining in at that gold member tier. The Jiggy Collector, Bowsah. Yeah, you know the Jiggy Collector? Or you just like that Banjo-Kazooie?
I just like the name. And they submitted a
name.
question. And I like it when patrons show up. So
You just
I'm
looked at-
happy
you
about
looked-
everything.
You looked extra animated when I mentioned the Jiggy Collector. Getting jiggy with it over there, Bowsah. Kind of nice. So thank you to Peje EP up there at that platinum producer. And earlier today in the Discord, we announced brand new 2024 merch perks for patrons at that platinum tier and the ultimate tier. Ultimate producers get an exclusive t-shirt and platinum producers get an exclusive mug, specially designed by none other than Fiona McKinnon. Very cool. And so we got those out. A bunch of people already ordered them. We have these really cool gift links. You just send them the link and everybody takes care of it from there. Very easy. So if you have supported us this year in 2024 at the platinum producer or the ultimate producer level, you have your links. They're in your either Patreon message or on Discord. And if you want to, even just it just takes 1 month at the platinum tier or the ultimate producer tier, we'll send you a link for some free gear. So that's pretty cool. It looks great. Fiona, you did a wonderful job on that. And we've got a great way for people to go claim that. So very cool. Thanks once again to Peje EP and the Jiggy Collector for your support recently at patreon.com/carpool gaming. And there's so much stuff. Donnie, Reese, and we just published an episode of Sweet Hangs. It's a 3.5-hour episode of just Sweet Hangs. We just talked about pretty much everything. And he recommended I watch The Descent. So I watched The Descent earlier today. So that was pretty fun. You have a couple minutes left, Fiona, I think, to get your Summer Game Fest merch at carpoolgaming.com. That's with Summer Bobby. I got mine. I'm going to wear it on my stream tomorrow. I'm going to talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I need to go
But,
buy my mug. I really want to get the mug. The mug's so
You're
cute.
you're leaving it to the last minute. There's no more minutes.
I know. I like to live on the edge, Sean. I just
Nice. Yes, this is where the adrenaline comes in. Like, oh baby, here we are,
Exactly.
carpoolgaming.com. Get it
My
ordered in
internet
there.
goes out. I'm going to miss out.
That's true. There's a chance for that. Hopefully, you got a UPS kind of like backup power generator system going on for your computer
I got
or
my
phones.
phone.
Or phones. Yes. And I just want to say everything that you guys do to support us at YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, it all goes to help us put on the greatest Extra Life that is coming up here in November. So thank you guys so much for that. And I think that's going to do it for the housekeeping. This. Oh wait, no, my stream. It's my birthday. No, go get back out of here, lady.
Get out of here,
or stay in
Susan.
here. I'm not sure how this works exactly. She's still cleaning the room. Saturday. This is probably late for the people listening, but for people watching, Saturday, it's going to be my birthday this weekend, Saturday, 12:30 p.m., twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live. I'm going to play a bunch of games that I like. UN Squadron, Neon White, Platform 8, and then a bunch of games that you all like to play with us. We're going to play Halo Infinite. We're going to play Fortnite. Maybe we're going to play Mario Kart, bunch of community gaming. So stop on by the Twitch channel. And I think that will do it for me, Fiona McKinnon. The end.
Sounds good. I now
moving
just
on.
have
Thank
Get
you,
Jiggy With
housekeeping
It
lady.
by Will Smith stuck in my head. It's just going to
Yeah.
be constantly stuck in my head for the
Na
rest
na
of
na
the
na 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 na.
No.
Don't catch a strike, guys. Don't catch a strike. You guys can't be pitch perfect.
Yeah, don't sing his song. He'll slap you right in the face. Just walk right up to you. Can you imagine Will Smith just comes into my basement over here?
Keep my song lyrics out of your fucking mouth.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Will.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Got weird energy
I'd
tonight.
watch out, Fiona. Will Smith's on the case now.
Wow, we're using my full legal name now. Let's
All of it.
Wow. I the energy, I love it. I love it so much. So, guys, do you guys want to
So.
talk about what we've been playing this week?
Sure. That works.
That's
Sounds
usually what comes next. So
Yeah,
I will
that's
say
usually-
yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to be polite. Maybe next time I'm going to be like, guys, we're talking about the games we're playing this week.
Please do.
Peace.
Yeah.
This is sweet. You know what? Maybe I'll throw in like a curveball someday. I'm going to be like, what are we playing next week? Why not? Why?
I love that idea, actually.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
She's in the driver's seat, guys. Like, she's
You
the
know
one
what?
driving the car.
You know what?
Yeah, you
No.
drive the car.
We are going to talk about what games do you plan on playing this week. I'm changing it up. And you know what? I'll
Nice.
start.
Look to the future. Yeah, the past is don't live in the past, man.
Exactly. Guess what came out this week, guys? And I'm going to be playing it this weekend.
Oh, what?
The Operator.
Oh.
Ooh.
That was oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
So I
Oh.
bought it. Yeah, I bought it instantaneously once it came out. The moment I got the message on Steam that said, "Hey, this game came out," I'm like, "Bought." And I'm like, I did not care. I loved the demo. I talked about it nonstop when I first played the demo because I was just blown away by the cliffhanger that happened in it. So I'm very excited to play that game because it's just very. Like, I just want to know more about the universe and what happens because there's crazy twists and turns and stuff like that. So yeah, I plan on playing that this week. Probably more Final Fantasy 14, probably some more Paullin. And then the Arranger, which is the essentially the puzzle game that came out.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing that this week too because I very much want to check it out, and it's about 4 to 5 hours. And I was lucky enough to get a code, so I'm going to play it on stream. Yeah,
Get the luck on you.
Look at me. So
You
I'm
want
gonna
to buy
play
me a
that
lottery
this week.
ticket?
Yeah,
Yeah, why
a
not?
horseshoe
I'll buy you a
shoved up.
body. You know what, Bowsah? I will buy you a lottery ticket while we're at Extra Life. I'll say like, you won't remember this, but here's the lottery ticket I bought you, and you're gonna be like, what? And I'm gonna be like, you remember that one episode, episode 349 of the Xbox Drive when you said buy me a lottery ticket? Can I buy a lottery ticket as a Canadian in the U.S.?
I mean, no one's going to check.
Yeah.
I think you can buy it.
If you
yeah.
win is a better question. Like,
Oh,
I think you can. As long as you buy it, it's tied to the state you buy it in.
yeah. You know,
So then do you have to pay taxes on? We don't pay taxes on lottery.
They
winnings,
do.
by the
Oh,
way.
you're
We
going to
don't.
pay
I know
taxes.
you do.
Yeah, you would pay taxes, I'm sure.
no,
So
but I'm
government's-
giving the ticket to you. So
Yeah, so I'll pay taxes. when I
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
exactly.
It'd be funny if you actually bought a lottery ticket today and
Sure.
the lotto happened, but you don't tell her if it's a winner or loser and then go, you better go look at the results of July 27th's lottery and see if you won or not. What
Yeah.
if you held on to a winning lottery ticket for 4 months and
When do
just
they
go,
expire? Hope it's
they?
at least 6 months.
I think it's a year. Let's say it's a year.
I know
Hopefully
with
it's a year.
scratch cards, like essentially crosswords and stuff like that, it's 1 year.
There you go.
I don't
So you
know
got a
what
year.
it is for.
Like my biggest fear, like you buy a lottery ticket and it wins, and it's just like sitting in like the underneath the seat of your car or something.
Or you buy
just
one,
don't
you
know.
don't know if it wins, and it goes through the laundry. Could have
yeah.
been like
How many of those have
$1 billion
happened?
winner, and
Yeah.
you lost it. It's washed away.
If I won the lottery and I had the ticket in my hand, I would hold the ticket like this and I would duct tape my hand shut and I would just
Yeah.
walk straight. I would walk to the lotto pit. I'm not even getting in a car into a car accident. I'm just
I want to know
walk
what appendages you're
safely.
using to duct tape your own hands.
I'll have my wife do
closed.
it. I don't care. I'll just be like,
But
do
how
it.
are you going to take it out once you get there?
They can undo duct tape. Come on now.
So you're
They
gonna
can,
get the
they can
person.
cut my hand. I don't care. Cut my damn hand.
There's
I
got
just
to be
want
another
lotto.
solution.
Cut
to
my
this.
hands off.
Cut my hands off.
This is such a bad idea.
No, it's
Why
not.
don't
Blood
you
all
just
over your winning lottery ticket number.
Yeah, why don't
I
you
would
get like
put
a
it
box
in my
and
fire
put a lock
safe
in?
and
Nah,
carry
yeah.
my fire safe.
Just walk
How
around.
heavy is the fire safe?
It's a, I
I'm
have a
real
small
bad
one.
at this.
No, they're not bad.
Maybe we shouldn't be buying lottery tickets
No,
ever.
yeah.
Yeah,
not
you
good.
guys, you give them all to me.
We're all very
I'll
bad
handle
at this.
it.
No.
She'll take her cut of the money too.
Yeah,
She'll be
no.
like, because I
No.
handled this like a responsible adult, I will take this much money. Thank you.
We're gonna
After
get
taxes,
a-
by the way.
You
After
get a book.
taxes.
You put the lottery ticket in it. It's easy to carry. No one's gonna question you unless you have a weird title for your, like.
The
don't.
phone
What if,
book.
The
people
yellow
are gonna judge you
pages.
for having the phone book.
They'll be like, first
Sean's
off,
just
how
like,
the
what
hell
is
do you have a phone
happening?
book in 2024? Second off, why are you carrying it around? Be like, my phone's dead.
How did
I like
we get
how-
on lottery ticket? Weren't we talking about a ranger for a second?
Because
Yeah,
man.
Fiona is lucky. That's wow.
Oh, you're
Apparently.
lucky for getting a code. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Super.
started this. I just want to say that.
It's my fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah. No, that
mean-
is how this goes.
Birthday
You're
boy.
all here because of me, and this is all my fault.
This is true.
The encompassing everything you're seeing
Yeah.
here.
Don't be
this guy's
surprised
fault.
for episode 350 when it's me and Ryan Turford again, and we say thank you for all your contributions. The three of you. It's just back to
Wait, why? Why am I
I'm kidding.
out?
Bowser's so angry with me right now.
What?
Just immediately just made Bowser
I just
cry.
got fired live
Yeah.
on the air. That's terrible.
It was like
Yeah.
preemptive firing. It wasn't the actual. Wasn't
I
the
can't
real
wait for
deal.
April Fools when he does that to all of us, except for one of us
that's
actually
so
gets
mean.
fired. That would be
That's so mean.
awesome.
Yeah.
Not Bowser. Fiona didn't. What happened? What's with Darkest Dungeon 2? Is this a game that hasn't been out already? Like, I feel like I saw this got released, and like, wasn't this out before?
Yeah, so it was out. The thing is, I need to finish playing Darkest Dungeon because I have this thing where I start Darkest Dungeon and I get really far into it, and then I put a pause on it, and then I'm like, I need to start from the beginning to really like truly appreciate the game, because every time I play it, for some reason they've introduced a new mechanic or a new character. Mind you, they haven't released a new character in a very long time, but yeah, so Darkest Dungeon 2 has been out for, I think, 2 years at least.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten around to play it because, Sean, I don't know if you know this, there's so many games out right
There's
now.
so many games.
And every time
Yeah.
I want to play something, it's just like Final Fantasy 14, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Then it's
I
just like,
know,
oh, I'm
Baldur's
finally finished
Gate.
playing Baldur's Gate 3. And then it's just like, oh, guess what? Final Fantasy 14 now has Dawn Trail, and here's a bunch of demos for fantastic indie games. And you're like,
Yep.
well, now I'm just sucked
No
into
Man's
all
Sky?
these. No Man's Sky, exactly. Like,
You played No Man's Sky? Have you ever played No Man's Sky?
I played about 30 hours when it first came out. During
pretty
the
good.
dark days, apparently. So
Gotta play that game.
yeah, it's a very good game. I enjoyed it even when it was the bare bones that it was, and then I stopped because it was a bare bones game. But now I want to kind of go back to it because there's just so
too.
much going on there.
Yeah.
And so I've just been like checking out games like even like either on like Game Pass, or I purchased a few the past week because they were on like an insane sale where they were like $3, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like buy it, why not?
Pin it.
Like
Yeah,
the
we'll get to that. Mhm.
yeah, exactly. I'm pinning it, but
Pin
there
it?
was a pinning it. But yeah, there's just so many games that I want to try. Oh, and there's like other. Oh my gosh, the list goes on, guys. That's the problem. It's like talking about games I've played, sure, but like the games I plan on playing this week because they're currently
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't
downloaded.
have done that.
This was a bad idea.
I'm
But
gonna
you know
play
what?
300 games this week.
I've actually quit my job and I'm gonna just play video games.
You're still just gonna play Final Fantasy 14.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played it since last Sunday. There's been other games to play, guys. I don't know. I'll talk about Dawn Trail at some, maybe on the RPG Cave, when I finish, and then Bowsah, Ryan, and I can talk about it because I have.
You guys
thoughts.
totally should. Yes.
Yeah, we did
What's
it
the plan?
we did it for Endwalker.
Yeah.
It was, so I want to go back and sit down, and now we get to talk with Bowsah because I have thoughts. Yeah, I'm about, I don't even know how far I am into it because I usually try not to look at how many quests there are. at least until like maybe like getting closer to the end, or like when I'm at to a point where I'm just like I need to know how many quests I have left. But yeah, there's just a lot of things going on in it. But yeah, you know what? It was a beta test. This entire thing was a beta test, but I want to know, Sean, you have an entire stream planned for tomorrow. What games
What
do you plan
am
on
I
playing?
gonna play? Guys, my favorite game ever is UN Squadron on the Super Nintendo. I should limit that to the Super Nintendo. I'm gonna probably start with that. I get a little selfish on my birthday streams. I'm gonna start it off with like what I want to play, and sometimes I like to highlight some of my favorite games. A couple of years ago, I think it was, I played Half-Life on stream, and that was pretty fun. So I'll play that for a little bit. I'll play Neon White. Love Neon White, of course. Got to update my scores now because everybody's playing it on Xbox since it came to Game Pass. I literally have it written down, so I'm like referring to notes here. Gonna play that Platform 8, which is kind of like that Exit 8 game, which was kindly gifted to me, so that'll be good. But today, when I sat down at McDonald's with my celebration birthday breakfast with my coffee and my pancakes and everything, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to play Hollow Knight. I'm going to play Flintlock. I'm going to play that NES World Championships, NES edition, the Switch game thing with the speed running stuff. Pretty
Where'd that
fun.
come from?
I got for my birthday. This is from my parents. So it counts. So don't come after me about this one.
Loopholes.
It just released early. It released ahead of my birthday. So
I love how Bowsah straight up called you out immediately. How'd you get that?
I got an answer. Yeah, where'd that come from?
Where'd that come from?
Explain that
You
one,
wanna buy
Peppery.
games there, boss.
Every once in a while, there
Lachlan's
is
not
a...
here to do it, so someone has to.
I know. I got defense. I got a defense for all of it. I got an answer for all of it. What else? I want to play that Flintlock game. I know people have played and finished, and they got mixed opinions on it, but I gotta get to it mainly just because I'm just excited about it. Like I've claimed a fandom for it, kind of like Triangle Strategy. I still got to get around to that game. I was the #1 Triangle Strategy fan for a short while there. What's up, Mo Spankins in the chat? Good to see you. There's a couple of indie games that have been coming out that really have my eye. Last night on the Nintendo Drive, Seth and Lachlan pointed me towards Exhausted Man. Have you guys seen Exhausted Man?
Yeah, I'm thinking
It's
about picking
an
that
ID
up.
at Xbox game. It's kind of like an Octopath, or not Octopath, Octodad kind of game where you control the limbs very manually, and the man you are controlling is exhausted, and he's basically just like on the ground, like inching around like an inchworm, like a caterpillar almost, and just trying to do, you know, day-to-day activities, like sit in a chair, but he's exhausted, like just like Mitch over there, you know, just barely making it through. It's Exhausted Man on his narcoleptic vacation with his family. So I want to play that. I'm seeing some really cool stuff about, I think it's called Nobody Wants to Die. Is that what it's called? Have you guys heard about this one? Like a noir. What is it called? Something noir. Anyway, that game.
Yeah,
looks
it's like
cool.
it's almost like a cyber noir in a way.
Cyber noir. Thank you. Yes. Clem looks cool, and that Skim game, Skim or Schism, where you jump around in the shadows, also looks very cool. Top down.
Man, I'm really excited for the stream tomorrow. Is this going to be
There's
a
a lot.
24-hour stream?
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Like,
gonna play like 2 games.
that's the thing about it.
Like,
Like, and
if,
that's
like UN Squadrons, and then you start Halo, and then everybody shows up and wants to play that all day. And
that's it.
there
And
you
we'll
go.
play Mario Kart for 6
That-
hours. Is
I was gonna
basically how
say-
this is gonna go.
Every time I do community games, that's what always happens. We have fun, and I'm like, all right, cool. I kind of want to stop playing Fall Guys by like 2, so I can go back to Halo. You know, and then
Guys,
everybody,
dude.
and then it's just like everybody's having too much fun. I can't
I
stop.
know. Well, I guess I kind of rolled right into just what I want to play in general. That I obviously cannot squeeze all that into the stream for tomorrow, but today I wanted to. I mean, today's a good example of this. I wanted to play most of those games today. I'm like, I'm going to watch a movie, I'm going to read a comic book, and then I'm going to play a bunch of games. And I played Hollow Knight up until the moment we started doing this. Like, that's, which is, I guess is good because I don't love bouncing around from game to game, even though that's exactly what I'm drawing up in my planning right here. But I don't actually like it. It's like a one-night stand, you know? It's just very dangerous, you know? Not great, not very fulfilling. You just want a little more commitment, Fiona. Just a little bit more
fair.
than that. So I
That's
don't want to bounce
fair.
around from game to game, even though that might be what I do here. We'll see.
Hey, that's why I like demos. Because then you don't feel like the stress and commitment of playing a full game, but you get to appreciate this, like, just like a little like appetizer of a game. And then you get to
That's
hop to
true.
the next one.
It's funny because I have a whole bunch of demos still installed from like the Summer Game
Yeah.
Fest and Wholesome Direct and everything. And those games are starting to come out. Like that's now you can just go play them. Like
I was
those were
gonna
like
say-
early access demo kind of things, and now
Game
the full
became
game's
out
out.
before you had a chance to play the demo.
Haven't even touched most of them. So, but this is the eternal struggle. This is what we sign up for when we do this kind of thing.
I mean, my favorite thing is when you have the demo still downloaded and you also have the full game, and then you accidentally click on the demo, and then you're like, what happened?
Yes.
That happens too often. I now make sure I uninstall the demo of a game I already own.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I've
Gotta save
done
that
too many
space.
times.
A Ranger is a good example of this. Seth was talking about in the Nintendo Drive last night. You mentioned it earlier, and it's like the demo's sitting on my desktop over here, and I still haven't gotten around to it. So it's a good year, man. Like it's a really when we started 2024. I mean, I said I wasn't gonna buy any new games. I thought confidently like it wouldn't really impact me, but it's a struggle. It's a challenging year because there's lots of good stuff coming out this year.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I've also, like, just because when we went through Summer Game Fest, the fact that we got to see a reaction to, like, all these, like, indie games come out. So I think that's also another thing. And I have friends who also have done this, is realize, like, how many fantastic indie games come out every year. Because a lot of people tend to, like, look at, like, the bigger titles, and then on a day like this year, like, this particular year, yes, there are some, like, major titles coming out, but it's, like, not compared to like what we saw last year, because we saw like very much like month to month to month we saw like massive games come out, and then this year it's kind of been like but like if you include all the phenomenal indie games that have been coming out, your year is action packed,
Like Elden Ring.
I mean, Tree is a huge thing. I don't know why I've been learning way too much about Elden Ring lore this week, guys.
Heck
My
yeah.
TikTok is just like, you know what? You need to learn about Millennia and all the characters and all the backstory and how the Eld Tree came to be and what happens underneath the tree. And you're like, wait, what happened? I wasn't planning on knowing any of this information. But I digress. But no, there's like a ton of really great indie games. And honestly, it's really good to see a lot of people like realizing it. Not specifically just you, Sean, because I know you've played indie games in the past, but I feel like after seeing your reaction with like the Wholesome Direct and being able to see like all these like pretty much hundreds of indie games coming out over the next like 2 years or so, because there were so many games that were just like, oh, this is coming out next week, this is coming out next month, and then it's just like kind of like almost like a snowball effect of tons of great games coming out.
It's when I discovered this game called Hollow Knight and Celeste and Stardew Valley. I was like, dang, these indie games. Did you guys know about these indie games? They're pretty high quality experiences over here. It's been pretty nice.
If only someone had told you.
If only there was a way to know.
Wow.
But that has something to do with it, I think. I would love to do this. Maybe next week we could do like let's compare January to July 2023 versus 2024, because I think we could kind of go back and forth. Maybe we kind of like split it a little bit and go like, this is a game I picked from 20, like almost like a draft. We'll put this year up against last year. That'd be kind of fun. Because I think this year is better than people give it credit for. Like 2023, I'm not taking anything away from it. I think it was a really great year last year. It's more of like this year's been pretty good too. You know?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, I know what I would choose for August. Because August
Star
3rd,
Wars.
2023 is when Baldur's Gate 3 came out
for last year.
For last year.
Yeah,
August
no,
3rd,
tough to argue with
2023.
that one, for sure.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, those are all fantastic games. I'm very excited to see whatever you decide to play tomorrow. And you know what? Even if it's just one game and you play it for 7 hours, why not?
It's going to be fun.
Whatever makes you happy, Sean. It's your birthday.
I just got to figure out whatever that is, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to switch through 20 different games until you find what you want to play.
Yep.
I've been there.
It'll be good.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Make sure you stay on top of changing the titles on Twitch. Make sure you do that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just saying,
Mitch will
just
be
chatting. Why not?
Just saying, just
I miss
chatting
it all the time. I always miss it. We changed games 3 times. It's like that game was
Well-
3 games ago.
I'm glad you have 37 mods that can definitely help make sure that the title's
That's for sure.
correct.
Yeah, everybody's a mod. Follow us
Yeah.
on Twitch, you become a mod.
Yeah, exactly. That
Let's
sounds
spam
real
in links
bad.
on where to get
Yeah.
new followers and stuff.
Exactly. And Bowsah, the queen of playing all the Xbox games ever, what games do you plan on playing this week?
Well, I plan on continuing some games. Fortnite has some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff in there, so I've been at least popping in and doing my dailies and trying to get that stuff done.
Can I make it up to you guys? We were supposed to play Fortnite a couple weeks ago, and we didn't. Maybe Fortnite tomorrow. Maybe Fortnite on the birthday stream. That could be fun. No, you don't want to?
I'm probably gonna miss most of the stream, so
Okay, then that's that. No Fortnite for me. Or you, or anyone else. No
no
Fortnite.
one's allowed to play Fortnite tomorrow.
We're not allowed now?
Yeah.
Off the
Okay.
table.
Saturday is
Oh,
a no Fortnite day.
no. I'll have to uninstall it.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
Remember when Fallout came out on Fortnite and we were all like, cool, Fee will finally get a chance to play, and Fee didn't give a
I
damn.
never believed
Okay.
that for a second.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it normal, and this is about Fortnite, is it normal for a collaboration to happen on multiple games? So, for example, there's a particular band, it's called New Jeans, currently has a collaboration with PUBG, and then it's been announced at the end of the year they're going to be having a collaboration with Fortnite.
Whoa.
Yeah, which is why I'm confused. Is that normal? Is that like something that happens periodically where we see multiple like either IPs or like bands or musicians having multiple different collaborations? Because I thought that was kind of an odd thing, because when they announced it, and I was just like, wait, they already have skins in PUBG and they already have the dances there. So I'm just curious if that's a normal thing, because usually I only see it like with Fortnite or with PUBG, but it's never like both on like both games. So I was just curious if that's something that you guys have noticed in the past, or is this something that's relatively on the new side?
Same. What I've noticed is definitely Fortnite and Fall Guys having the same, but that doesn't count now.
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna say
all
Fortnite
Epic.
and Fall Guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all Epic. Yeah. The only one that comes to mind is that there was Guitar Hero Metallica, and Metallica was also in Fortnite, which is more Epic stuff. Like at the Guitar Hero Metallica was exclusive. They did have an exclusivity deal, but that was also 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that, that came out. So that was actually Activision and Guitar Hero, and now technically it's Harmonix and Rock Band that are part of Fortnite. So that's the only one, the other one that I can think of. Obviously with Fortnite, they did a lot more than just a music game, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and obviously bands have had music in both Guitar Hero and Rock Band multiple times, but not other IPs that I can think
They must have figured
of.
it was PUBG, nobody would notice. So they can do Fortnite.
I just thought it was like it's such like close, like because they're both like battle royales. So I can understand
Yeah.
like one being a music game and then one being a battle royale, but with them being
Yeah.
both battle royales and both being competition with each other, I just thought it was a very weird thing to happen. So I wasn't sure if you all had noticed that previously, but that's fine. I thought it was very interesting when they announced it. I'm like, that seems like a conflict of interest in some way, but you know what? They're making money, so by all
paid.
means, do whatever
Now-
you need to do.
Here's the thing,
I-
though. Are they going to actually? So, what exactly is in PUBG? Just
They have-
dances.
No, it's their actual skins, so they
Okay.
look like you can make your character look like the actual like
Band.
the band, like
Right.
the different band members. They have the actual dances because they had
Mm-hmm.
like Super Shy, and then I think they have one of the songs in there. I don't know. They have a specific like gun skin, I think. I don't know off the
Okay.
top of my head because I'm not a PUBG player either.
Sure.
Shocker. So it's just I don't know what they're going to be doing with Fortnite as well.
The only reason why I ask is technically they could be doing just Fortnite Festival, which is essentially Rock Band. They could just be adding songs to that and play the music game part and have nothing to do with the BR, right? I mean, there's definitely music that's in Fortnite Festival that they don't have skins for of characters. Obviously, like the bigger artists, The Weeknd, Billie Eilish, Metallica, they have all of the above, right? They have skins in the game for the actual Fortnite BR. They have dances, they have everything, but then they also have songs in Fortnite Festival. So maybe the collaboration they're doing might just be songs in Fortnite Festival, because Rock Band no longer has songs coming out anymore because Fortnite Festival is a thing. So it could be just like, hey, we're going to have songs in Fortnite Festival instead of like the full IP with everything else. But
Gotcha.
who knows?
Thank you
Could
for
be
letting
that.
me derail this moment. I just was
100%.
curious because it was a odd situation. But yeah, any other games
Absolutely.
that you're planning on playing, Bowsah?
Yeah, I need to keep playing Flock. Nice
Yeah.
little chill game. It's like a really
Super
good.
chill.
You know, I finished my workday. I don't necessarily want to jump right into Fortnite or something else intense. So I just want to play a little bit of Flock,
Yep.
fly around, gather up some friends. Yeah, That's a good
Very
one.
simple kind of game. I played a little bit of that as well. Like you're kind of wandering around this island kind of space, and it almost reminds me of like a free flowing like Pokemon Snap. Like you're kind of just like wandering around. It almost has like a Bug Snacks kind of look to it as well. Very weird, just monster creatures inhabiting this kind of island space, and you just look at them, and then it kind of gives you like a little bit of a quiz. Like
Yeah.
which animal, which whatever, what is this? And it kind of characterizes them. Like this one has spots on the back of its tail, or this one kind of hops around like a chicken kind of thing. And you kind of have to observe it and go, which of these descriptions matches what you're seeing. And it's very simple, but very cute and yeah, just very chill. I really like even like the way it starts out. It's like you don't have to control how high or up or down you're flying. Like the game will take care of that for you. You're just floating around, checking this place out, meeting some friendly people, and looking at some cute animals, and kind of just doing some very light research on what they are.
Okay.
So yeah, very chill.
Did either of you get to play the multiplayer? I believe there's a multiplayer option in
There
the game,
is.
or-
Yeah, we should
Not
do
yet.
that. Maybe that's tomorrow. We'll add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
Birthday
Add it to-
stream.
Flock.
Flock multiplayer. We'll have a nice convoy going around.
Perfect. I'll download it.
Just like Bowsah's like motorcycle ride she goes on.
Yeah.
We're on the flock little flying thing. We'll make the motorcycle sounds.
Okay.
What they
Sounds good,
sound like,
Sean.
right, guys? Yeah.
That was good. Fee is covering her face in embarrassment. She's
Yeah,
just like,
the silence for the podcast is remarkable.
Jeez.
Great.
I'm chuckling, okay? I don't want to like laugh like
Chuckle away. Let loose, man.
Let it
Chuckle
rip.
let it rip. Oh my gosh. But yeah, any other games, Bowsah?
Yes. Speaking of making funny noises, I'll be playing Little Nightmares. There might be some
Yes!
screams and
Yes.
some squeals. The Backtracker's game of the month is Little Nightmares, the first one. I
Yeah.
think I played through it. I think it was on Stadia a long time ago. But I picked up the bundle on Xbox. You get 1 and 2 and a bunch of DLC on sale. So maybe we'll talk about the sale a little bit later.
Sale.
Nice throwback.
But everybody should jump in and join the Backtrackers to talk about it. This time we're meeting on a Sunday, August 11th.
I might be there for that one.
Plenty of time to play the game and show up.
Yeah, I've
All
played
of
that
you.
game. Good game. Is it on Game Pass?
No.
Little Nightmares? What? Maybe it was at one point. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
making things up.
Maybe.
It was available with Stadia.
Yep.
Aw.
That's where I played it first.
When I
It's
search for
been
Little
so long
Nightmares,
ago.
a little to the left shows up.
Yeah. This is true.
Man.
Is there any release date on
see.
Little Nightmares 3?
No.
No. 'Cause I know Just
2024?
Peachy in the YouTube chat. That's like one game she's super stoked for. But like,
Nice.
I have no idea. Like, I know it got announced, and I told her because I saw her stream Little Nightmares 1 and 2 before, and she's stoked. And I'm like, hey, 3's happening. And she's like, that's awesome. When? And I'm like, I don't make games. I can't tell you.
That's
it comes
true.
out the same day as Silk Song.
Same day as Silk Song. Yeah.
burn.
They can hold off on Silk Song. I still got to finish the first one. And then maybe I'll
Sean's
get to
not ready.
Dungeons of Hinterberg, which is actually a game that I want to play. That looks great.
It does look
Play
great.
it.
Play it.
Add it to
bet
the
you won't.
Game
list.
Pass.
Bet you won't. It is on Game Pass. Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to get through any of these games tomorrow. I really don't.
I won't.
We'll
I like
find out.
talking about it though, Mitch. That's why I podcast. Like
Yeah,
I like the talk.
exactly.
It's like the same. It's like when you buy games and don't play them. Like why that doesn't make any sense. But like it scratches a little itch. It feels good. Feels
Or
nice.
I just say, hey, Sean, we should play Fallout 76 tomorrow.
Oh, that feels awesome to hear. Totally. Yes, that's good enough for me. Yeah, you
Boom.
remembered. The
I remember
idea of
sting
it
being
sounds
told,
great.
No, we're not going to play Fortnite because we're going to play Fallout 76. That's what I remember.
You
about that
guys
game.
said you weren't available. Oh my gosh. What?
Helldivers is still on the list. I still got to play some Hell. We could play Helldivers tomorrow.
There was a
man.
recent update, Sean.
I saw that. Yeah, we could do that.
I still have it downloaded. I
Oh, I gotta
uninstalled.
add these.
I uninstalled Red Dead 2 online instead of Helldivers. So
I mean, the stream starts at 12:30. We could play games ahead of that. We could play something.
that
off
is
stream.
true because I'm going to be up tomorrow morning. So I'm
Same
down.
here. Yeah.
Boom.
I got bumped. I couldn't have my stream because RPG Cave is on at 11 or whatever. So I got to let those guys do their thing,
Wow.
All right.
and then we'll be on after that. But that's okay. That's okay. I can shower then. brush my teeth, and be ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a plan. That's a good plan. Make sure you don't overlap anybody else. That works.
Don't want to overlap them. No.
Yeah. What if you just did? What if you're just like, you know what?
Yeah, right. I'm like, I'm
Boss
not
is
even on.
here.
They stream on YouTube. They're going on.
exactly.
I'll be on
You're
Twitch.
not overlapping
We got 2
anything.
channels. That's fine.
Exactly. That's why we have 2 channels. Boss Man wants to stream on his birthday. Boss Man does what he wants to do.
What am I doing?
Sean.
What am I thinking? Golly. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that.
I want someone to be all plans went out the window, and Sean's just like, F it, watch this.
Yeah, watch me.
7 a.m. I'm
The
here.
Xbox.
Who is he, me?
Yeah, did you guys hear how many
7 a.m.
games I got to
stream?
get through? I can't be waiting until 12:30. Come on, man. Half
Come
the day's
on,
gone.
RPG Cave.
I like the fact that this is essentially a declaration of war towards the RPG cave that
Right,
we're gonna
yeah.
stream at the same time as them. Not like Bowsah won't be there, but it's gonna be fine. We'll just stream at the same time and be like, Xbox Drive put me up to this. I'm just gonna take over and stream on Twitch while you guys are on YouTube and on Twitter.
Got to figure out some way to play Helldivers and Fallout 76 and No Man's Sky and Baldur's Gate 3 all before 12:30 so we can get started with the birthday stream, you know?
Yes. Oh my gosh. We could
So many
play.
good games.
We could play cooperative Baldur's Gate 3, Sean.
Man, that sounds great. That
It would be
sounds
like
nice.
essentially
how
like
you're
a
gonna get through
D&D
this list.
session.
I'm not getting through any list. That's the whole thing. I still have my whole like list of 2024 games. Like Tiny Tina is still on that list, and Sea of Stars is on that list. You know, Red Dead Redemption 2 for some reason is on that list. Like,
It's a really
Not
good
getting
game.
through any of
I
these.
haven't played. I
Goodness.
haven't even played the solo mode. I've only played online.
yeah,
You never
32 in the
played
chat
Red
says
Dead-
maybe
you
Sean
ever
just
played
shows
this
up on the
campaign?
RPG cave.
You
Maybe
can
I
play
just
games
go
while
on the
they talk
show.
about RPGs.
Exactly.
You play Neon White.
Just be
Oh
like
my
those.
gosh.
Just be those Twitch streamers that have like multiple things like in the bottom too. I say
Yeah.
this as someone who has like the fishing like lurk game now that just like people can put like exclamation mark fish and then they can fish up whatever they want. But it's just 10 out of 10.
I've been
do that.
legitimately thinking about streaming with carpool gaming content running in the corner. Like I would just play a game and just have like a podcast like running off in the corner, and people can kind of like chill
You know what we
and
could
listen to the
do?
shows, and the gameplay would be happening because I'd be playing it.
We could just have our Twitch channel going on for like 24/7 with just our content playing.
We have thought
like,
about
videos.
it. Like honestly, if we could kind of
Doable.
like organize like what is required for that, it's just like downloading all the assets and having a laptop running that thing like 24/7. We have
Yeah.
thought about that. Yeah, because
Because-
we definitely have enough to legitimately run a Twitch channel 24/7, and we wouldn't have to repeat. I think we've done the math. Like we wouldn't repeat for like months.
Yeah.
It'd be
Boom.
pretty cool.
You can make it work. Easy.
We can figure
Nice.
this out. I like
I
how
like
we're
that. I like
brainstorming.
when Mitch gets that look. I like that. Yes.
It's easy.
Yeah, that
Because
can
you know
happen.
Mitch knows
Not
what's
hard
up.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to do all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I also want to know about Mitch? Mitch,
What's
what are you
that?
going to play this week?
What am I going to play this week? I
What's your
don't
blood
know.
type?
Yeah. Let's throw that out there. This upcoming week?
What's your shoe
I
size,
honestly-
Mitch? What else do we want
yeah.
to know about?
Could I get your
Yeah.
social security
Yeah.
number, please? Maybe your mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
I mean, what other secret questions answers do you need?
What's the first car you bought?
Yeah.
Where was your father born?
High school
What's the first
mascot.
street you lived on?
What's your for elementary school? Yeah. Yeah. What's your high school mascot? Yeah. All that.
That's a
Those are some weird questions. I love when it's like, what is your mother's maiden name? And that's where I start to actually like have to think.
Oh, I don't
like,
think I know that answer.
That's crazy.
I
That's a
know.
lot.
I know
You
mine.
know?
Yeah.
No, I don't know yours.
mother's
I know mine. I know my mother's.
I didn't say you knew mine. I said you know yours.
My mother's name?
Mother's
name.
mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I
know
know,
that.
what. I know it.
Oh, I don't.
I definitely don't.
I'm not saying mine because that would become
Well, I'm not
doxing myself.
asking for you to know. Say it.
But
I'm
no,
just
yeah, I
saying,
know
like, Do you
it.
actually know the answer if that was like a secret question that
Yes.
was required?
100%.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wild.
Oh,
That's
good
crazy.
for you. You guys are historians.
Are you right?
Yeah,
Like
got the
I
whole-
went to that family reunion.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I went to a family reunion too, but like I remember like my family in Texas. They have this whole family tree, and I'm like, I know this part and all of that. I have no idea who they are. Like none.
just
I have
people.
family all over the place. There's just so many people.
What if one of them was your wife? That'd be weird. You should probably know that better. Got
You're
you
right,
for that
Sean.
one.
You're
Yeah.
right, Sean.
Studied
You know
up.
what?
You gotta
Totally
be careful,
right.
man.
Yep.
You can't be making babies with your cousin, man. Come on, Mitch.
Too late. 3 already.
Oh
Came
my
out
god.
fine. Thanks, Sean, for putting that in the carpool gaming lore.
I can't.
Mitch doesn't know who his cousins are. Well, good luck with that.
It's okay. You gotta go get like blood work done in certain states before you get married, which is
I was already asking about your blood
insanity.
type, man. Yeah, gotta be
Which
careful out
is
there.
insanity. You have to go get blood work to make sure you guys aren't like super cousins somehow.
Oh,
like, which is-
super cousins.
Super cousins.
No way.
Don't worry about that.
Like,
Super
You make
cousins.
fall
super
out.
babies.
Yeah, you make super
What?
babies. Exactly.
That's where Spider-Man came from, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. Yo, real talk. If that's how you make a Spider-Man, you gotta do it for the greater good of the world. What if
man.
Thanos shows up tomorrow? What are we gonna do? No. What am I planning to play next week? Probably the same thing I played this week. More Apex and COD mostly. No, I actually next week it sounds bad. I really shouldn't play any games because I actually have like 2 to 3 weeks worth of content that I haven't edited in a while because of like everything that's going on. So I actually need to like probably not play any games, you know, like probably
Get to
just
work.
pump the brakes. I actually have to get some work done. Yeah. Also, I haven't recorded my podcast that's supposed to be live on the 1st yet. And I have to find somebody who's available in the next 4 days to record a
problem.
podcast. So yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah. Will I play games next week? Who the hell knows? But this week I played some stuff for the last 2 days that I was able to. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to play this weekend, depending on how I feel. Might play some games with Sean here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Might play some offline games so I don't have to like be in front of a camera if I'm dying. But
Yeah, just play.
you know, we'll play. We'll play some games.
Just
Except for he's
PNG
gonna-
tuber.
No, I'm not doing that. It'd be awful.
A G-tuber?
A
PNG.
PNG tuber.
Oh, like an image kind of? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like what I do.
I heard VTuber before. Like I'm like, how many letters are there? How many do we got? A P tuber out here. We got L tubers, but just PNG tubers. Okay.
yeah.
I know about a noob tuber. That's all I know
Hmm.
about. Everybody knows what a noob tube is, right?
Nope.
I don't expect you to know.
Sounds
You don't
dirty.
know what a noob tube is?
Why do you expect I don't know? Which I don't. But
Because it's a Call of Duty term. That's why.
Oh.
So back in the day, Modern Warfare days, original Modern Warfare days, everybody used to attach a grenade launcher on the bottom of their guns and just shoot it across the map, and it would just randomly blow up and kill people. And we call it noob tube because it
yeah.
requires zero effort to
Yep.
get kills. Sean remembers now when those clowns would attach grenade launchers to the bottom of their guns and just start. Just beginning of the match, you would have one spot, like you would go look up here, doom, 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 and then you would just see like random people die throughout the map. It was terrible. It required no skill. So it's called a noob tube.
Used to do that in GoldenEye too.
Yep. But no, I honestly, like I said, as far as games go, like I said, I did play some games over the last 2 days. How much games will I actually play next week though? I don't know. I really also, I played Elden Ring. It's so, here's what sucks. I'm not saying I don't enjoy Elden Ring, because I really do. But I feel like I
But he
need
hates
to
it.
like, I don't hate it at all. I just feel like it requires a certain amount of time. And sometimes I don't know if I can commit that time to that game. Like I feel like if I play for an hour, I'm gonna get my teeth kicked in for an hour and progress nowhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's kind of demoralizing because I want to put time into it.
Sure.
But the days that I have the longer time to play games are usually Saturdays and Sundays where Buzz and I have my community games and all these things. So that's the only part that sucks. Like I feel like, man, I should just play Elden Ring for like 3 hours and just grind my character up and get him leveled up. So where I get to a boss and maybe just one boss is 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever. Buzz is over there smiling because she's like, yeah, right. You're going to die 100 times at that boss. That's the only thing that's kind of sad about Elden Ring is like, I really do enjoy the game. I enjoy the challenge of it. It's just, I feel like the times that I have to fully put into the game are set aside for other games. And that's the part that sucks.
I have an idea.
All right, so you're taking a sick day tomorrow from
Yeah,
streaming.
yeah, exactly. Maybe I
And you're
take a
gonna
sick
play
day
Elden
tomorrow.
Ring,
I just play
and
Elden Ring off
occasionally
stream.
Play
Yeah.
something with Sean.
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
gonna-
So
I was just gonna say there's like a bunch of content creators that do like some crazy like coding with video games, and this is the idea: you play your community game, but you're also playing Elden Ring at the same time, and just see what the controls do.
what?
Yes, please. That would be incredible.
I don't know. Did you see? I don't know the name of the person, so forgive me. I do apologize. Somebody, there's a character a person, a streamer who beat Elden Ring on a dance pad. Right? We already know that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know she just recently beat Elden Ring on PS5 and a dance pad simultaneously at the same time?
Mitch,
No.
that's how you play Elden Ring. You play,
didn't know.
you're playing.
It comes with a dance
you-
pad.
You play DDR essentially.
I bought mine
to
used
play
from
Elden
GameStop.
Ring.
It
So you're
doesn't.
playing-
I'm sorry. I'm missing
You're
out.
playing Elden Ring with your feet. You're playing community games with your hands. It's great.
Literally all of the bosses though in the newest expansion, she beat simultaneously while dance pad and playing the controller.
That's
It's just like,
phenomenal.
it's amazing. And then I sit there and go, I'm bad at video games because I can't do this one with a controller fully paying attention, let alone my feet aren't doing anything. But yeah, there's like I said, I'm looking forward to some stuff. I was looking forward to doing some stuff next week, depending how I feel. Who knows? I have some content to edit because if I don't, I'm going to miss out on it. And I just need to get it off my hard drive and just get it edited. Because that's what I talked about on the Patreon podcast that I had with him about my strict schedule. That needs to happen. Because if I don't, that video is not going to happen. So just need to shut up, stop playing video games, and probably do that. Which I might do tomorrow if I actually take a break. I might just go edit nuts and just get all that done. Because like, there's so much to do. But this past 2 days, I played Apex. I finished the Apex Season Pass. Got that done before the season ends. Today I was bored, so I did Apex Randomizer, where basically Randomizer, a website you go to, you click a button, it chooses the legend for you, and it chooses 2 random guns for you. And let's just say those 2 guns sometimes don't match up very well. And let's just say it plays a lot of legends that I don't play as. So I did a thing today where if I won while playing Apex Randomizer, I gifted some subs to the channel.
Whoa.
So that was fun. I got 2 wins on that. And then played some COD today for a short amount of time, but got 2 wins in COD. So that was fun. But that's all the games I played. Yeah, and literally I didn't play anything until yesterday.
Nice.
So overall fun though. And like I said, now it's starting to get to the point where the illness is starting to take more effect, and tomorrow might be a sick day, and just do some
rest.
offline stuff.
Take care of yourself. That's what happens when you get locked in a plane with people. You know, people are disgusting.
It
It
sucks.
happens every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what sucks is like my nephew got sick in Minnesota.
Oh, kids.
Yeah.
He's 20. Like, he's not,
Still
he's
a
not
kid.
I
That
guess
kid's
so.
still doing dumb stuff. I'm
Yeah,
telling
I
you.
guess so,
kidding, I'm
right?
kidding.
But no, so like he got sick, right? And then the next day after the party, me, my daughter, and my sister-in-law all woke up with that like hard to like swallow feeling.
Oh,
And I looked at him like, you got it, you got it. Me and my daughter recovered just fine. Literally, we took one Mucinex. The next day, we're all good. My sister-in-law, dying. The next day, coughing to death, all that stuff. And then I woke up this morning and I was like,
you got it.
either
what you
it's
get.
happening later or that plane was full of just death, illness. And yeah, I mean, it could be one
Planes
or
are
the other.
gross.
Yeah.
Planes are very gross. So yeah. Thankfully, though, I had a seat in between me and the person. By the way, pro tip, fly overnight.
Oh, yeah. Red eyes are great.
Fly overnight. I almost don't want to fly any other way from now on.
Yeah.
Like, half the plane was empty. I walked straight through TSA. There was no line.
Yes.
It was amazing.
I'm with you.
It was so good. So yeah, if you're gonna fly red eyes. Get some sleep on the plane, especially if it's a longer flight. If it's a longer flight, that's better. So yeah,
Okay.
fully
Who
recommend
else has
it.
to go?
Yeah, I think that was it. But I
think that's
also
it.
forgot, guys. ZZZ still happens. I just want to say I've been playing that game, Zone Zero. I've been playing that game like
Oh, yeah.
consistently, and I'm really excited. I ended up not being able to do an event because I was too far behind, and then I played for like a good solid like 5 hours, and I still like when I finally caught up, the event was over. So yeah, just 10 out of 10. No, I still recommend it. No, if you don't know what it is, guys, it's a free-to-play game. Sean can play it too. It's free to play.
Add it to the list.
Add it
We'll play
to
it
the
tomorrow.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list. You can play Snakes. You know, like the game from like the 90s.
Like your
that does,
Nokia phones?
Yeah, essentially goes like around and then you're like trying to. Yeah, you can play Versus. I played way too much of that this week.
That sounds great, actually.
Yeah, you can play Versus. You can play like like essentially co-op Versus. So you can like have a friend on your team and you can play against other people online. That was the whole event, and
all I
I
want.
missed out because there was like a ranked version that I didn't get to play. But man, sometimes you just want to play the basics. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you
who
mean.
needs full Baldur's Gate 3 when you can play Snakes?
Hell yeah. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
And then
Tetris.
yeah, exactly. Tetris. Yeah, why not? Minesweeper. Just really like
more.
Man,
Keep going.
I can't off the top of my head.
That was the end. The
yeah,
end.
Invaders, Space Invaders.
Yeah,
I guess
Space Invaders.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So good. 10 out of 10. I think it's like I'm still really enjoying it, and I'm gonna definitely play it this week. I'm probably gonna play it after with GeoGuessr. So
Nice.
I'm gonna play that in GeoGuessr is so much fun. At least fun to watch, and now I'm excited to play it. So yeah, that's
Good.
all. But yeah, that's about it. That's all for us. What we were going to be playing this week. There was a beta test, guys. Tell us what you thought of that particular
I like it.
section, because we kind of went a little off the rails
Next
at
week.
some points.
Sean could just turn around and read off the whiteboard. I'm going to play this.
Well,
You don't
this will
think
now
about it or
go
do
into
it.
the future. Because I'll never actually play what I just said I'm going to
Yeah.
play, so I can never look back. It's
Yeah.
just what I plan to play in the future. That's much more interesting
Yeah.
than what I actually played. Here's
I
what
would
I'm
laugh
looking forward
so
to.
hard if every time you asked Sean that list, he just looked over. It's like, I plan to play this.
Yeah,
this,
it's all
this,
there,
this.
man. It's
Just read
already.
it.
I already did the work.
Just add more to the list.
Nier
I need to get
Automata
that.
is still on the list. Assassin's Creed Mirage, Cyberpunk
it.
2077, Alan Sleep
Jesus.
2.
Did you never
I thought you
finish
didn't
that?
like that.
I didn't like it. No, I've
Then
stopped playing.
why
it.
is it on the list?
It's printed. It's on.
Erase it right
It's a
now.
printed piece of paper.
Yes, wide
Stand
out.
up and erase it.
Yeah, I need a Sharpie. I need a
Get
Sharpie.
Sharpie
to
out.
Get rid
Sharpie.
of that one.
There you go.
Yeah,
Do
Cult of the
something.
Lamb's on the list. No Man's Sky. Yeah, man. Assassin's Creed
Meanwhile-
Syndicate's on the list, guys. Like, there's tons of stuff.
Meanwhile,
What did you
I play
see?
Apex and COD every single week. And
Garfield.
Did you see Xbox helped you and put another game on your list? Did you
Which
know
one?
this?
No. Oh, the Call of Duty thing.
They added Call of Duty Modern Warfare
Cuddle
3.
Duty. Yeah, Cuddle Duty. Let's have a cuddle of duty.
Yes. Don't cuddle around the duty.
Jesus Christ.
No way.
That's a different podcast that you can find some other
Oh
website.
man, you got to pay more for that one.
Yeah, that's on
the
that's on
paywall.
the special link.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you, Bowsah. Call of Duty on Game Pass. I already have this Call of Duty.
Oh, well.
Did you
I'll
actually
play by
buy
myself
it?
then.
It was last year's Call of Duty.
I'm aware. Did you
Yeah,
buy
I bought it. I buy
Fully
games
aware
every.
what Call of Duty it is.
I have a long
buys
history
lots
of
of games.
purchasing games. Yeah, that's why we're in this
You
predicament.
bought that Call of Duty and I didn't.
Oh,
What?
really?
I didn't know. I
You
held
do
out
you
because
do Warzone.
so I do Warzone, right? But the thing is like, in order to grind guns that are new,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people buy Modern Warfare, and again, smart on them, right? They're like, oh, you want to get this gun leveled up fast? Well, if you play Shipment all day long with double XP, which they do all the time, you can get your guns leveled up quicker.
Yep.
So a lot of my friends end up buying the multiplayer game, and I did that for Modern Warfare 2, except for I literally don't feel I played it enough. And I said, nay, I refuse to buy Modern Warfare 3. If there's a
Yep.
gun that's in Warzone, that's awesome. I'll just play Warzone and level it up. Unless there's a free multiplayer weekend, which they have done for Modern Warfare 3. I'm
Yeah.
like, I refuse to pay for this game. I don't care how much it goes on sale. I'm just going to play
You know it's
Warzone.
coming.
But also, too, with the whole, like, them buying Activision, like, eventually it get put on Game Pass, right? And I can hold out. Like, some of my other buddies were not able to hold strong. And that's fine. They play Call of Duty more than they do other games, right? Which is totally fine. But, yeah, I was like, awesome. Thank you. Because there actually is a brand new SMG that just came out in Season 5 of Warzone last week. That is apparently awesome. And I'm like, great, I'll just grind that in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer now. Because it's
Yeah.
included with Game Pass.
Well, I ended up buying it because I actually bought out of the last couple of years. I have most of them. I think the only one I didn't buy was, or have gifted to me, was Vanguard. Black Ops Cold War I have,
You're
Modern
fine.
Warfare. What's that?
You're fine. Don't worry about Vanguard. Don't worry about it. You're totally good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. But again, like, and it'll come to Game Pass, and I'll probably play it there as well. But I think what I'm wanting to see out in the community is if anybody else is playing Modern Warfare 3 now that it's into Game Pass, because, like, I mean, Bowsah's right there. Like, we could play. Maybe that's what we'll play tomorrow. Play a little Call of Duty. Add it to the list. Play
Add
some
it to the list.
multiplayer.
I played a little bit of the campaign, so I'm pretty much an expert now. So ask me anything.
Totally.
Bowsah put that in my Discord, and that was so awesome. She put that out there. Her quote, exact quote. I played the beginning of Modern Warfare 3 campaign last night on the easiest difficulty. I'm pretty much a COD pro now. That's true.
Yeah, I knew I'd get some love when I
Had you played Modern Warfare 2 or the first sort of second round of Modern Warfare?
No.
Okay, so you like the campaign is like it makes a lot of references to
I don't know. I go
what's been
around
going
shoot
on.
people.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, isn't that the story?
yeah.
Bad guy took something that we wanted, so go shoot them all. Like
It really, yeah, you're right. Like there's references to what has happened in the past, but like it's nothing you can't really follow. You know, you don't need everybody's like origin story to play this game.
somebody died in the beginning, and people were upset about that. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, that happens when people die, right?
What
Good.
do you think about this one? Like, I don't get to talk about the campaign for Call of Duties all that often. Like, I think they did this for the featurette that they did for Black Ops 6. And they kind of made like this big deal that like every level is going to be different than the previous one. Like you're always going to be like maybe boots on the ground, and then you're going to be in a tank, and then you're going to be on a truck firing it and stuff. I feel like sometimes I don't like that. And I don't know if I'm alone on that. Sometimes I want a little bit of like continuity. I don't want it to be random that now you're in a plane firing down. Although I like those missions. Like sometimes I want maybe like 2 missions in a row that seem to connect together instead of beginning to end, then a cutscene, and then you're doing something completely different. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
You just want to actually shoot the people.
Well, what do you think? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
maybe this is just me. It just jumps out to me as like completely disconnected.
Well, since I don't pay too much attention to the story, like it doesn't bother me as much. So it's just
Yeah.
like variety in gameplay, which is good.
Yeah, I think that's how they're designing it.
I
Yeah.
thought previous games did a better job of like the older Modern Warfare storylines, because like Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, like the ones that were actually made back in the
original
day.
ones. Yeah, yeah.
Those had completely different set pieces, but the story itself just seemed to work better.
Right.
And it like even though like one mission you're in the snow, one mission you're in the desert, like it all made sense because you're actually playing as like completely separate sets of people and different scenarios and all these things. So I mean, like it kind of made sense, but I mean, also apparently the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, this new Modern Warfare 3 campaign, was not really favored very well as far as like the actual storyline itself. A lot of people were like, it's
yeah, there's a
wrong.
lot of reasons to pick it apart for sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to find something about one thing I saw that was very strange to me that I'm trying to find. Apparently, if you had, I think it's the console only version of Game Pass, it only included the campaign and not the multiplayer.
We
was
can't be doing
weird.
this. What?
I'm
we
not kidding. I wish I was lying to you.
Like
I'm
a
gonna
mistake
look that up.
they maybe fixed now.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. So they said Ultimate and PC Game Pass got like all of it, right?
because you can play multiplayer on those. Like you can play online multiplayer with those.
Maybe
Game
I think
Passes.
that's that.
But don't all the
Maybe
Game Passes have online multiplayer?
Not Game Pass Core, but I guess that's the kind that you don't get. Like that's the problem with this whole shakeup of tiers.
Yeah, that's. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. It's like Game Pass console. I don't
hate
know
it.
if it actually.
I hate it too
had-
because Game Pass
yeah.
Core is the old like Xbox Live Gold, which was fine.
We should not be paying for online multiplayer.
Okay, that's
Period.
Yeah,
I totally agree with you. I'm not denying that whatsoever. Yeah, there was some weirdness. I think with the
You know what this
console
feels
only
like?
version.
This feels like PlayStation Plus games, where you get like some weird version, but if you had a different version, then you can't claim it, and there's like all of these rules and nonsense. Let's not do that, Game Pass, please.
I want to reiterate, and I do apologize. Microsoft's allowing Xbox Game Pass console, PC, and Ultimate, but not core subscribers access to the game. That's
yeah,
my
because
fault.
Okay.
Core is
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I read it wrong because I thought it said console was only getting campaign
Gotcha.
only, and I'm like, what? Like, what,
Yeah,
are, you,
no,
what are you
yeah.
talking about?
It's a
No, yeah,
mess. The naming of these
but
tiers.
Core makes sense because that's just the free
online multiplayer.
Well, no. Core? Oh, is that just the online multiplayer?
It's Xbox
Well,
Live
you
Gold,
get like a small selection of games
right?
instead of claiming a couple games a month like you did with Gold.
Yeah, you're right.
You just have a small library.
Yep, you're right.
Which is what PlayStation did to start the PS5, which I loved. like that PS
Right.
Plus collection that they did. I thought that was great. They did the same thing with the Vita, which I thought was great, like the instant games library. So that's all good. It's just they call it game, like it doesn't.
Yep.
It doesn't kind of like infer the same thing. It doesn't imply the same kind of thing. Like it's still called Game Pass. So everybody talks about Game Pass in a certain way, but it's like that's not Game Pass. Like it's a different, it's totally different Game Pass, and I don't think that's right.
Yeah, the fact that Game Pass is in that Xbox Live Gold, like, is now has Game Pass in the title, definitely
Right,
throws
exactly.
people off. Like,
Exactly.
it shouldn't have that whatsoever.
Maybe it should be called Lite.
There you
Game
go.
Pass Lite.
Yeah.
But the problem is Game Pass is I'm Xbox Live would have just been fine just to keep that thing saying Xbox Live.
It should be called
Just
Game Pass with
eliminate
just a
that.
small selection of games.
It should be
This
called.
shouldn't exist, and we shouldn't have to pay online.
These are all big facts. But no, like I'm happy that people like said it's one of those games that, especially the coolest one too, is like they gave you the newest one available first, which is like kind of surprising if I think
Yeah,
about
I'm
it.
surprised.
I agree.
Like, why didn't they give you an old one? Like maybe they wanted to increase player numbers and an older version.
They
Like
could.
you're saying
I mean,
that people like current players play Modern Warfare 3 to level up their guns.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably has enough activity in the multiplayer.
I thought they were going to hit you with the EA route of like once November hits and the new one's out, then your old one's free, right? EA does that with like Madden becomes free when the Super Bowl happens, right? Like that it gets to a certain extent when like there's not as many people playing the game as much, and that's when we'll give it to you with Game Pass or whatever.
Kind of where we're at in this cycle, isn't it? Like this game isn't brand new.
It's not
just the
brand new,
newest
but it
one.
is the newest one, right? So I thought maybe like once 6 came out, then they're like, cool, here's Modern Warfare 3 for free, right? I thought that's how they were going to do it. And like, wait
I don't
until
want
the
them
game
to
was
set that
out, the new one's
precedent.
out.
Like that needs.
True.
They all just need to be there.
Well,
Yeah, they
the
come
other
in
thing
day
too
one.
is that precedent. I mean, all the new ones are going to be there day one, and we already know that, right? But I'm
But I mean, the
talking,
old
I'm just
ones,
surprised.
Like, why are we gatekeeping those?
It is weird. Again, like they could
Give me
drip
the
feed it.
Activision stuff. Come on.
Yeah, they could drip feed it, but that's a weird thing. Is like Modern Warfare 3 got announced. Did they actually say like more Call of Duties are coming soon, or did they say anything like that?
I don't think so. And the more I think about it, like this seems to make sense. Like this is the one that's tied to the current version of Warzone. So get people playing this. And to your point, Mitch, like this gets people playing that multiplayer version that they can do their skins and upgrade all that kind of stuff. Like
Also microtransaction Warzone to death as well.
yeah, like
which-
this is the active one. Like this is the one
Yes.
that like this actually makes a whole lot of sense instead of, especially because it's been so long, like going back to like one of the very old Call of Duties. I feel like now just kind of juxtaposing the two together, I feel like that doesn't make much sense at all. Like there's a nostalgia hit for sure, but they're trying to merge these worlds, the Activision Blizzard world, and so you got Diablo, and you've got the most recent Diablo on Game Pass, you got the most recent version of Call of Duty on Game Pass. That all makes sense. They can backfill it later. What I will say though is it just seems like it has been done in a fairly like unceremonious kind of way. It was on Twitter, now it's here, it's on the 24th. Like, didn't we just have like a E3 thing like a moment ago? Like, wouldn't that have been like a really great, even then again, announcement?
Well, yeah,
like,
especially when you had like the big Black Ops event say,
right.
while you wait for that, how about you play this?
Total, like, and maybe there's some reason why that wasn't the right day for that to announce or to drop, but like, why not announce like this summer it's coming to Game Pass? Like that's the thing. Like it just seems every now and then you've got like these big huge plans and they've got the hype fire going, and then sometimes there's a rumor that somebody leaks and then the game comes out on Game Pass on a random Tuesday. Like it just doesn't. That's so weird. It's Call of Duty. This is where I get on my high horse about some of this stuff sometimes. It's like, you guys not realize, like, you paid $70 billion for this whole thing. Like, make a big deal about it. You used to shut down streets for, like, Halo launches and stuff. And there's, like, it's Microsoft, it's Xbox. Do something massive with this. They got to tweet.
You don't think this actually released early, though, because of some leak, though? Do
I
you?
mean, I don't know, but that's how it reads, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting around to here.
There wasn't much fanfare about it.
Right, because somebody found it out, and so I guess we'll just release it. I don't know if that's what happened or not, but that's kind of what it reads like. Instead of like a Gamescom big deal announcement, that would have been really cool. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter in the end. Like, now it's just on Game Pass anyways. But I've been on this for probably about a year now. Just like the marketing has got to step it up. Like, if you're gonna be Xbox and you're gonna own these properties, it's got to be something people haven't seen before. And I don't mean like some cool thing on the Las Vegas Sphere. Like, we've got to be more exciting than this. And I don't know. I just seemed like it was a tweet. And like, we can do that. We announced my birthday stream on Twitter. That's what we do. Like, Xbox has got to be better than that, man.
I mean, when it comes to marketing, though, too, I don't know if you've seen the recent debacle with the whole Deadpool controllers. People are pissed. They can't just buy that thing. People are pissed.
I mean, people are always mad.
And I get it, like those limited, like, for example, I mean, yeah, the internet, right? Everybody's gonna be mad. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna say gauge interest when you release some of those things, because I'm not saying some of those limited edition consoles come out and they're cool, right? But they don't create like an uproar of like, holy shit, I want that. I would give you $600 for it.
Yes.
That controller was so good as far as like marketing it, as far as everything about it. It was so good. And people saw it and probably went to Best Buy's website and looked up Deadpool Xbox controller and straight up was like, what do you mean I can't just buy this thing? Because again, the way they had the picture, it was a controller, almost like it was a press release announcing this is a controller you can buy.
Yeah.
People didn't even know the console was even a thing, because that controller was like, here's the front, here's the back. And everybody's like, this is amazing. I want to buy this. And then when they found they couldn't, and only one person or two people or whatever are going to even have this thing, it's insane. Then they did the Wolverine one. They did the same thing. And I'm just saying, it's weird because when you gauge something like that, it sucks because you want that out almost immediately when that kind of reaction happens on the internet. The problem is manufacturing. Let's say they all of a sudden were like, cool, we are going to sell it. Is anybody going to give a crap in 2 months or 3 months when the movie's already past its, marketing push and all these things? Like, that's the part that kind of sucks. And it's like, they showed it off so well and they do certain things so well, but then like, like that could have sold so many copies. And the way they did the controller, by the way, the way they like built the controller was actually really smart.
Looks great.
Well, like, did you see how the back comes off?
Yeah. Yeah,
like
they could do
magnets and
that.
stuff.
Like, they could I mean, they have to. They could sell
They
that.
could easily manufacture it, but it's just like, it sucks because now it's like, y'all dropped the ball because all this marketing push with Deadpool Wolverine this weekend. If you said a month ago, by the way, here's this. Now, there's not even a game coming out for it, right? Yeah. And then again, maybe that's where Microsoft's like, we don't care because it's not a game that's being marketed with it. Like Starfield got a controller, Gears and Halo, all these games get controllers.
But wouldn't that be an easier way to tie in for stuff like big pop culture moments? Like, maybe like games take 4 or 5 years to make, and who knows when they'll actually release. But like, you could put out a controller or an Xbox skin or something, a dynamic background. Like, you can have these things,
right?
Or any tie-in with any of the now brands that you have. Like, there's so many different ways to celebrate these big moments.
One moment that comes to mind that I was like, why the hell does anybody care about a controller for that? Space Jam.
Yeah.
Who the hell cared about Space Jam enough to make a controller? And yeah, there was a game. It was like an indie game, or it wasn't like a full-fledged like EA like movie tie-in game. Is that the Space Jam controller right there?
Yeah, Space Jam controller. We got these.
So here's the thing: is like, that is more of a movie tie-in than it is a game tie-in, right? So they mass marketed a Space Jam controller and not a Deadpool or Wolverine.
I don't think those were. Could you buy those? We got those given to
Yes.
us. Could you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those
Well,
were
then do
fully.
that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, those were mass marketed to where I could buy that on Amazon if I
Maybe
wanted
that's
to.
what ruined it. Maybe not enough people bought them, and they're like, "Screw
Maybe,
you guys."
But that's the part that sucks. And that's very accurate, right? Because that could have happened, and they could have lost their ass on making a bunch of Space Jam controllers that no one wanted, right?
Then you have design labs for that. If it's a mass production issue, then make it something that you can create on design labs, and you're done.
Yeah,
that would be really nice. I mean, like
just
I said,
do that. Like, there's a solution for that. If anybody who's going to do this, like, Xbox is already positioned to do it. They've got it. They figured it out.
Obviously, that is a little different, but also, too, I feel like that shell design, like if you put magnets on the back, you could start doing other stuff that's not, butt cheeks.
Other characters' butts.
Other characters' butts, sure. Or other things.
SpongeBob's butt.
SpongeBob's butt.
Just a square back, just a square back like that.
Pokes in
I
your
just feel
hand.
like if you already got the mold for it and you could do that, like that would be smart. I mean, it's just weird that happened. And like you're right though, Microsoft had marketing and it looked like literally the post looked like you could have bought that controller.
Yep.
And people
They had
were just
like
like,
billboards for
because
it.
it's like how they do every other giveaway thing.
It's so true.
Like every
you
time I
kinda know
see
by
something cool like that, I assume it's a one-off giveaway, and I'm not gonna have it.
now. Yeah.
I think this one though is probably the bigger stink I've seen people make on these things though. Like there's limited edition one-off consoles all the time. Like they do it consistently for movies, for games, for whatever. But like this, and again, just the fandom of Deadpool and like the movie coming out and how everybody's excited for it. Like I don't know what it was specifically that made people flat out lose their mind and want this more than anything.
It was the
Maybe
butt.
because it's
Let's
as
be
unique
real.
of a controller. That's true. Deadpool's ass, man. I'm just saying. But like, it's just so strange how this is the one where people were like actually really pissed that they couldn't buy it.
Well, I think it's because the amount of hype behind this movie and the fact that this has been something that people have been wanting for 6 years since they announced Deadpool. For context, like Hugh Jackman, like literally said he was retiring from Wolverine, and then Deadpool came out. And everyone's just like, this would be such a great collaboration. So I think that's what the frustration is. It's not only gamers, but people who are big fans of the franchise and the fact that we finally have a Deadpool that's within the Disney universe. Like, it's been joked around about, and the fact that they were concerned about it. And then they, obviously, Fox was acquired by Disney. And so then it was just like a whole kind of like a rigmarole, because then the moment that happened, they're like, wait, so if this happened, that means that they could bring Hugh Jackman back. But then they were trying to find a way to bring it back. But it makes sense. I'm not going to go into the huge like MCU explanation on how this works, but like I think that's the biggest thing. And the fact that they have been going nonstop, like advertising wise, for this movie since like the moment that we found out that this was a thing. It's been constantly advertised, and now they're doing their like huge market push where they're doing things like all over the place, like online, and like collaborating with musicians and being in music videos and doing all this other stuff. So I think that that's a huge thing, because it's such a big phenomenon right now, and it's like the biggest movie that was like announced for this summer. So I think that's why there's just like, it's a bunch of different fandoms combining into each other, because they're like, well, we want this because it's like a huge thing that's coming out for the summer. So I get the frustration that people have, and also the fact that it's butts. That's like the biggest,
Butts.
like
It's the
TLDR butts.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong, guys.
You're not
I'm not
wrong.
wrong. But
Okay.
Yeah, it just seems like a weird missed opportunity. So like I said, Microsoft had marketing there to be like, again, it seems like the marketing side of things, like they miss hard when they shouldn't.
Maybe
And
they
they
didn't want to
definitely-
spend the money on the licensing.
Maybe
They got an easier deal to make like 3 controllers than
maybe
sell them.
I don't know.
I don't
Well, like I said, I mean, like I don't know. It's just strange. I don't know. You're right. They could have some deal of like special sweepstakes instead of mass marketing a controller, a mass producing a controller. That could have definitely been a thing. Because it's weird to me that like even the console wraps that came out, right? Like the Series X console wraps that came out. You're telling me like Starfield's your last like one that you did, right? And they had those like camo ones, but we haven't heard a thing about anything like that since then. And you're telling me like you couldn't just sell a Deadpool one of those, or
Maybe it's a
Final
holiday
Fantasy one of
season
those?
thing.
Maybe, I don't know, man. I just find it strange
Your
that
Xbox
like
gets cold. You gotta wrap it up.
yeah, because if you don't, it doesn't perform correctly. You're
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
Bowsah's right.
Ryan Reynolds just needs to buy a controller company. He's like putting stuff, like he
He'll fix
essentially
that
has
next.
stocks in a bunch of other stuff.
Tempt
Now he's
that
gonna be
dude,
like-
and he will.
He will.
amazing.
It's just like he's one of those people that it's just like, I bet you won't, and he's just like, you bet, and then he just like goes and does it. It's just,
Exactly.
No, I think it's I definitely agree with all of you. I think it's a missed opportunity though, because I think it's just very silly that it's a very limited run. I mean, you can literally put your hand in their mouths, because they have like essentially like for context, Ryan Reynolds saw what they did with Dune 2, the like containers that you can
The
get,
popcorn
and
buckets,
so they're
yeah.
just like, we need this, but it's just our mouths. So you have to put your hand into our mouths to grab your popcorn.
Hilarious.
I also love on the bottom
Yeah.
of the popcorn bucket, it actually says also can be used for popcorn.
Damn.
Like it full.
That's filthy.
Just
That's,
Yeah.
I laughed
hate it.
so hard. It's like also could be used for popcorn.
I'm so
like,
sorry, people.
That's hilarious. But no,
Alright.
it's weird. So like I said, Microsoft, I feel, knows how to market stuff. Obviously, they did well with this. Call of Duty getting announced out of nowhere. And again, it's like just one Call of Duty. Again, they can drip feed stuff. But the fact I'm on Xbox Wire's thing right now, they're not talking about look out over the next couple weeks as we make more announcements of future Call of Duty plans, blah, blah, nothing.
Fair.
So strange that this happened this way, but. And Gamescom, by the way, I checked, is like August 21st or something. So that's still a couple weeks out, like what, a month out. So maybe at Gamescom is when they start having some sort of release schedule, or they announce every week X number of games come out. Who the hell knows? So we'll figure
What
it
I
out.
do know is we have some friends that want to jump into the carpool with us.
Hey,
Hey, Croco Kyle says, you get to ask a gamer from the year 2034 any question pertaining to video games. What are you going to ask? Sean, what do you want to know about gaming in 2034?
and is I don't want to be such a downer. The first thing that comes to mind, like, are we still playing on Xbox? We're still doing that thing. I don't know, man. Like, I think about like this Fire Stick that Mitch picked up a couple weeks ago. Like, I feel like this is a turning point where everybody can just play and have access to really great looking games without having a $500 like box as the entry point. Like, technology is just going to become so much more expensive as time goes on, and not everybody wants to do that. So I'm very curious on how that's going to go, and how many more Call of Duties we have in the lineup here with Xbox paying so much money for it. Like, is this the beginning of another era of Call of Duty, or like what's going on with that? But I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm exactly like answering the question itself, or just kind of like thinking about what's going on in the future. Like, one thing I often think about is like generational styles of game. Like, when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, it was like the launch into now we're playing open world games. Like, that was, it gave way to the Mafia games and Godfather and of course Assassin's Creed, and basically everything else became open world. And then battle royales came out, and this all like games as a service. So like, what's the next big thing that's going to happen in games? And like, I want to know like where that comes from. I'm very interested in the journeys where who's got that vision. Like, I worry that there isn't much vision anymore for like the next great thing that is gameplay oriented, that's going to be really exciting for the community and for gamers and for players. Like, I want that. I just see the business, so much of it. To be honest with you, it's a lot of the reason why I think the style of the show that we even do now is the way it is, because now it seems like in order to be interested in games, you have to know about the business of it. And it's just like, I just even commented for 5 minutes about marketing. Like, golly, who cares? Like, just talk about the game. Like, what about the games? So I don't know, man. I hope for the future that we can kind of get a return to that. Like, let's just geek out about the fun games, and that would be great. Like jumping over into PlayStation land a little bit, I can't help but see every single comment that talks about Concord is its viability. And it's like, tell me if you think the game is fun or not. And it's always, if I even get a little bit of like, I think this game is fun, but it's not going to be viable because of blah, 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 blah. And it's like, why do you have to what does that have to do with anything? Like when you watch a movie, is it just good, or are you worried about hitting a mass audience? Like, who cares, man? Just talk about the thing. Mitch.
You worry about it hitting a mass audience because you worry if that game's even going to be updated or given a crap about in 6 months from
Oh,
now.
is there going to be player base in 6 months?
That's literally
because it's
that's
to buy the game.
It's
That's
only
totally
because
fair.
it's a multiplayer game. That's it. If it had any single player or anything like that, it would not be as criticized as that. But the problem is, and this is just me personally speaking, we played Concord, right? Me, Bowsah, and Locklith played Concord, right? I thought it was cool. I was like, okay, we had some okay fun. I wasn't upset by it. And then I found out it was $40 and not free to play. And I literally went, that's going to kill this game. Because in order for that game to have a player base, when you have Warzone and Apex that are free to play, and Fortnite and free to play that have zero barrier to entry, that can easily get a player base for free, it's going to make that harder. And that's the only thing. As soon as I found out it was $40, I was like,
I'm not saying what people are saying are correct or incorrect. What you're saying is probably correct. Is the game like, it's just amazing how you can't even say if the game is fun or interesting or doing something cool without talking about the business side of it, you know?
You can still say it's fun, but the problem is that how long can you say it's fun for? That's the problem with people and their time. It's now time, and their time is valuable, right? How long can I say this game is fun for?
But who cares about that? Like, is the game for like, how long are any other than Apex that you play for years and years? Like, I'm playing Hollow Knight for a couple hours. I'll move on to the next thing too. Like, it's just, this is old man yelling at cloud. I'm the only one talking about this kind of stuff because like everybody just says the exact same thing. And I always get a little like peeved about it. It's like, can you just have fun with the game?
And you can. There are moments, I mean, like I said, there's plenty of games that I can have moments of fun on and just be like, cool, that was fun in that one moment. I just, again, the two different brains that we have is I'm so focused on those multiplayer games. And there have been games that have been so fun that I want to keep having fun on that just never got traction and just
I guess what I'm saying is there's one way to make sure that a game won't take off is by planting the seeds of doubt in the initial impressions of the game.
True.
Like that's the way that you just go like, I mean, Halo Infinite, like take your pick. Like some games just get a really cool push of it's hot. Like it gets that trending kind of piece, but there's a way to make sure games don't get it. And it's, this game's not going to work. This was fun, but this. And it's all the fortune telling that everybody launches into.
That is a poster case of Stadia.
100%.
Everyone
take your pick and take
before they
your
even
pick.
touched it.
100%.
The narrative was it sucks before it even happened.
And that's the thing I'll say about Concord is like, I had fun with it. It's just the problem is like I said, it's just that longevity, especially with multiplayer games. Like my example is Rogue Company. I had so much fun with Rogue Company. It was definitely like a different type of game. It was free to play. It was really fun. But then when the player base went away, it's like, cool, I just spent time and I had fun with that time, but I want more of that fun. And
that's fair. I feel like Gears of War had great multiplayer. Horde was great. I didn't put thousands of hours into it.
Right.
You know, whether it was there for me to play or not, like I just thought that multiplayer was awesome. And I thought Call of Duty's multiplayer is awesome. Whether I'm putting 5,000 hours into it or not, like it's just, I especially think there's some people who will put those lifetime hours into a game. Most of us are not that.
True.
And they comment as if they are. And so that's where I get a little bit like, man, like,
I mean,
what
people that just
want
to hate are just being stupid, right? Like Xbox people are just going to say Concord sucks without playing it. And the game doesn't suck. I will say that. It doesn't suck, okay? Were there things going on in the game that if I spent more time, I might have had a more enjoyable time with? Sure. But the problem is these online multiplayer games straight up go offline. That's the funny thing about Concord is I'm hearing that it's good.
It's good. Is what I'm actually hearing, but it's tied with this prophecy that it's going to die. And it's like, why does that have to be the messaging?
And because everybody's hesitant, then the prophecy comes true.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
Here's the thing.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm buying it. Lockless buying it. We only need 8 more people, and we're just going to play it.
Yeah.
It's only coming for PlayStation 5, right?
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it PC?
Oh, PC, right.
Is it day one PC?
Okay, well then I'll get it on PC. I apologize. I assumed that it was an PS5 exclusive. So
it's first person.
Oh, it's
not a Fee game.
All right, Fee. Just go ahead and.
I don't know if this is what Crocodile was after. I don't know if I'm answering the question specifically, but
what do you want to know, Sean? What's your burning desires?
Yeah, I just want to know what style of game we're playing. Who's the visionary? Who's going to show us?
Playing Strand games from Kojima.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever that means.
I have 2 questions that I definitely thought about specifically.
Okay.
One, is Ready Player One existing yet? That's literally at this point. We're getting to the point where
nobody wants to buy VR.
No. We haven't gotten to the point where VR is a thing because there's still like certain limitations on VR, right? But 10 years from now, and then think about VR 10 years previous in 2014, right? The VR was very different back then. Required a PC, required this giant room, required all these things. And the 10 years and jump that VR has had, that other 10 years could happen again, and we could be totally, oh, you play games with your hands? That's a baby's toy. That, if you guys know what movie that's from, good for you. But that right there is like, is Ready Player One a thing? Has VR gotten to the point where it is so awesome that we can stand in one spot, feel like we're moving, feel like we're in this world? Has that happened? And then the second question,
Fee's gonna
yeah, exactly. And then the second question I have is, how many more years do we have to wait for Elder Scrolls 6?
Damn, in 10 years, nice one. Got him.
That game
10
ain't coming
more
out
at least.
forever. Exactly. There you go. That's the first one was the real answer. The second one was the joke answer. Go on.
Fee, what do you want to know? 2034.
I think it's almost on the lines of the same thing with when it comes to Mitch, is this like almost having the ability to go into a game and just being able to experience it. Because I would love to do like play something like Baldur's Gate 3 and be able to like be fully immersive in it, or if being able to like go on these adventures. But like I think that's pretty much where I'd like to see, and also kind of being able to ask them about the past 1,000 years of gaming as well, and how the trajectory went. Mostly just out of sheer curiosity. It's mostly just because I like knowing the past and history and lore and stuff like that. So being able to like know how everything went is probably, and then also probably ask them, because the way mathematically things are going, probably ask them how GTA 10 is, because apparently like it's going to take them way too long. It took them forever to make 6.
I was going to say 7.
6 will barely be out.
I was going to say,
it's only 10 years in the
you could
future.
ask them for 7. See how
Okay,
7
what year did we like? What was the year
2034
now?
is in 10 years from now.
GTA 5 came out in 2013.
I misread that question, but I digress, mostly because dyslexia is a thing. So I thought 3,000, and I'm like 1,000 years in the future. I want to know. No,
I don't care what's happening then, because I'm not going to be here.
Valid.
10 years, maybe.
I'd be curious. But yeah, no, 10 years. Find out how far we've gotten in regards to cloud gaming as well. Because like what you guys have said, that was the biggest thing. And it's been a consistent issue with cloud gaming, is people just instantly hating on it. Because for a essentially a large group of people that want to see innovation, constantly just hating on things that are new. And like constantly like not liking new things, even though they constantly are like, we want to see new things in gaming, and then instantly like turn around and be like, I don't actually like this, and I don't like this, even though you guys could play your precious freaking Cyberpunk 2077 on Stadia with no issues day one. But cool beans, guys. Cry more. I know it's just frustrating. And I hate the fact that like conversations like this end up to talking about like negative things in gaming, because I wish we could just be able to focus on the positives, but it's just so difficult with the climate in regards to everyone. And I'm not saying us, but it's just constantly like when I go online, and I try not like I try not to spend too much time reading articles from like other companies in regards to gaming, unless it's like talking about the positives, because it's so easy to find like the negative ones and go down that rabbit hole. So yeah, I don't know. It's like I very much like that question, but also it made me slightly sad, because it is one of those things where it leads to negativity, and it's not specific. I don't think that was the the way that they set up this question by any means. It's just the way that gaming journalism and how people like just in general treat gaming is just they're hypercritical, because they want to see new things, but they don't want new things, but they want like it's a whole thing. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry everything got sad, Croco Kyle. If I met a gamer from 2034, I would ask them, how many Ks are we up to now? Are we playing on 24K gold TVs? Is all the pixels like so many that my eyes are bleeding? That's what I want to know. We're going to like 8,000 frames per second and 24Ks. All the time.
I just have another question. Did Nintendo Online ever get better?
Yeah.
No.
Rip.
These are jokes.
I can see
These
in the
are
future.
jokes. Is Concord still a game?
It's still a game.
It's still a game. It's true.
Still going to be in my library.
There we go. Yep.
True.
Tell you that. All right, next up, the Jiggy Collector. How long have you all been gaming on Xbox? And what is a memorable moment you have? My answers are 16 years on Xbox and Banjo-Kazooie Banjo-Tooie showing up on Xbox 360 with achievements.
Hell yeah.
Sean's excited, so why don't you go first? How long have you been on Xbox?
Basically from the beginning. I remember seeing Halo for the first time, like so many other people did, at a friend's house. Played some multiplayer, was just blown away. Back then, like you had 4 controllers plugged into a controller or into a console was a pretty big deal. It was like Dreamcast and that. And then if you had like a multi-tap, that was going the other way. So yeah, early, my brother and I actually split our purchase of the original Xbox. And it cost us, I think, like 800 Canadian dollars. We did buy it at the real Canadian Superstore in the Photo Lab section, which is a pretty cool memory as well. And we plugged it into our old, like those old tube TVs that were like furniture, like the big like oak kind of surrounding. Like you could sit on these things. Like they were a massive
TV
picture.
console.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
television
TV
set.
totally.
TV console, yes.
These things were massive. And it was, by that time it was pretty old. It was probably a few decades old anyways. And so we'd be playing our Xbox on that TV in the basement. And after a year or two, the TV started to go. And I remember our family started blaming the Xbox on destroying the old TV because it was like too high def or whatever. And so like I have some pretty cool memories about that. Like we bought the DVD remote control, which also had, it would actually take up one of the spots for the controllers. You'd actually have to plug in the infrared sensor, the IR sensor into one. So you could play DVDs on that thing, man. Like the original Xbox was pretty great. And even though Halo was the first thing I saw, I didn't actually buy Halo. It came with Project Gotham Racing, which I really loved. We played Max Payne and Dead to Rights and games like that, man. It was pretty good. Star Wars, Battlefront. And Battlefront 2 on the original Xbox. We were there rerouting and rewiring the entire house because you needed to have a router and high-speed internet with this thing. Like it wasn't optional. So that's how I learned how to like figure out what a router was and how to plug that in and how to talk to. This is where I had to tell Xbox support what my gamer tag was back then, Mitch. So that was a fun time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been there since, man, it's been decades. And I remember when the 360 was released, a friend of mine had that one as well. And he turned it on without touching the console, like with his wireless controller. That was the future to me, was this like slick white console with a wireless controller, man. Like the 360 was the future. And so, I mean, I obviously do the show because I'm excited about Xbox, but I love this question because I have very nostalgic memories with Xbox, very similarly to what a lot of people I think have for Nintendo and other older style consoles. So shout out to the Jiggy Collector, man. Holy crap. Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah, nice one. How about you, Mitch?
Day one.
Yeah.
Day one.
Nice.
So I personally did not have an Xbox day one. My buddy Chris and Jeff, they were very well off. And they were well off to the point where like somehow they went to my school, but they lived like way in the middle of nowhere in this really nice house, right? Don't ask me how they went to my school, but how I became friends with them. But they were like, hey, we're getting our Xbox tonight. They bought the Xbox, they bought Halo, they bought 4 controllers. Okay.
Oh.
They had everything. It gets better. The surrounding neighbors, who also had gigantic houses.
Yes.
All of them did the same thing. So day one, all of us were at Chris's house, 1 Xbox in Chris's room, 1 Xbox in Jeff's room, 1 gigantic Ethernet cable to the living room,
in there,
and 1 gigantic one to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 16 people playing Halo day one.
The best.
And that literally blew my mind apart. Because at the time, I wasn't even into video games at the time. I had played video games my whole life up until skateboarding happened. And then skateboarding happened, and I did not play video games for 4 years. And I didn't really care what was going on in video games for 4 years. But then when that happened, I was just like, this is the future. This is insanity. This is amazing. So I have played Xbox since day one. I didn't actually own an Xbox until after high school when I started working at a video game store. And then that's where my love of video games kicked back in, and I never stopped playing since then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But like OG Xbox, like day one, I played Halo 16-player multiplayer day one, and it broke my brain apart at what gaming was going to be like.
The best.
The other good memory that I have was Sean's kind of attests to this too, is getting high-speed internet. I got high-speed internet. I got broadband internet from the cable provider where I lived. The dude showed up and goes, cool, where's your computer? And I go, I don't have a computer.
Yeah.
I have an Xbox right there. I need you to hook up that modem too. And he looked at me like I spoke hieroglyphics to him. He's like, what?
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
how to hook that up. I'm like,
Yep.
figure it out, dude.
That's the thing, dude. Like, we had
Not
to
my
figure
fault.
it out. Nobody
And
knew
amazing-
how to do any of this stuff.
That dude was on the phone with some tech support for the company for like 45 minutes going,
Like, what
the
are NAT
hell?
settings?
Yeah. He was just like, I don't know what the hell to do. He didn't know how to test it. He like hooked it up. He goes, I think it's working. And I'm like, cool. And I popped in NHL 2K5 and I went straight to the menu online. I'm like, we're good,
man.
boss.
Oh.
And he and again, that was like his brain just exploded. He had no idea that that was a thing. He had no, and he definitely was an older guy who did not realize that that was like a big important deal. I didn't even have a computer at the time. I was like, no, I just want the internet for this thing. And he was like definitely pissed off because he thought it was gonna be an easy job, and he's like, well, I don't know what the hell this is. But yeah, then 360, and I mean, countless hours of Gears and Halo and Call of Duty and just Jesus, man. Skate. I remember Skate. That was the reason why I bought a 360, because at the time, like, I wanted a 360, but I wasn't like, eh. And then Halo 3 and Skate came out the same year, and I was like, this is when I got to do it. And the
Dude,
first
oddly enough,
360
Call of
game I
Duty
had,
on 360 was unreal to me. Call of Duty 2, like,
Call of Duty 2 and 3. I remember when I worked at the video game store when the 360s were sold, and Fight Night was actually the one that
Fight
broke my
Night
brain.
round. Oh my god,
Fight
dude,
Night
it's
Round
so
3
good.
came
Round
out,
3.
and I remember that hooked up to an HDTV. I was like, you punch somebody, you see the face move, and you see the sweat go off, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this
Fight
is
Night was
actually
great.
next gen gaming. This is the greatest looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. That was the Tiger Woods era of games. I played a ton of Tiger Woods back then.
Dude, yeah. And I remember, like I said, there's a lot of good memories I have, but Halo Day One.
That's what I mean with my comment before. Like, those are all great games. Who cares if you play them for a weekend or for 16,000 hours?
That's
Like,
true.
That's
it's those
why.
lasting, it's those memory making, like, core memories, if you want to go inside out
Yeah.
terms. It's those core memories of like that. The Halo, dude, Chris's mom was so pissed off at us. So pissed off at us because we stayed up till, I don't know, 6 in the morning, hyped up on Mountain Dew, screaming throughout the house.
Oh, dude, we were
Jeff,
doing rock
you
band
mother-
concerts.
Oh my God.
on
Rock band.
360. Yeah.
Yeah. Parties with Rock Band was the centerpiece. Like,
Yeah.
it was great. So good.
All right,
Love
Fee,
Xbox.
how about you? When did you get into Xbox?
Well, Xbox. So I played Halo 3 with a number of my friends. We used to have a lot of like Halo nights where we'd order a pizza and we'd hang out in my friend's basement and we would just play Halo multiplayer. Like we would just like sit in lobbies. We just specifically played against each other, which was a lot of fun. And then I was introduced to a game called World of Warcraft, so I just didn't play anything and didn't touch a console for a good solid 5 years. I mean, I did play, like, when I went over to friends' houses, I played a little bit of Xbox, but it wasn't like, man, I need to go buy an Xbox. I never really had that, like, drive to want to get one, because at the time I had more Nintendo. So I had like the DS. I had, when it came out, I got the Wii. That was my very first console. And so it was just like, I wasn't interested. I also, and I've said this before, and I will continue to say it, I used to think that the Xbox was a bro console. It is the best way to put it. So I just wasn't interested in playing because there was a lot of shooters. There was a lot of things that I just wasn't interested in. I had my MMORPGs, and I just played games on my computer if I wanted to. Once I stopped and I retired from WoW, I played computer games. And then I was with my partner, and then I all of a sudden started playing more console games. Specifically, he let me borrow his Xbox, and I played Fallout 3 during Christmas one year. And that was
Perfect.
eye-opening. That was what a time and a half that was. Also Viva Pinata,
Yes.
fantastic. 10 out of
Yes.
10. What a game. I need to get back into that game. And Xbox, you need to whoa.
She's got
Well,
some sort of alarm going on back
GTA
there.
apparently is happening over at
Yeah,
Fee's land
exactly.
over there. Yeah.
Weren't we just
It's
talking
been-
about going into the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
It-
there.
Fee,
it's
check
been-
your car.
Random side note, it's been going crazy, and I apologize for not talking too much. There was people screaming outside my window. There was people like cheering, and then whatever just happened right then, I apologize for listeners. So it's just been absolutely bonkers. But I digress. No, it's just I never like, even when I started to play more Xbox games, like never really went and I didn't go out and buy like the Xbox One. I don't have an Xbox console right now, which did I find it still a little bit shocking when Sean was just like, hey, you want to join the Xbox Drive? I'm like, Sean, do you want me here? Because I don't have a console. But I think what's really great about it is there's so much variety now on Xbox, like specifically on Game Pass, and it's become so much more like PC friendly that it's become like essentially a massive resource for me when it comes to video games. It allows me to play more and be able to get access that way. So I think in comparison to others, like, yes, my story is slightly different, but I don't know, I have some like really great memories. Like I remember just like spending like 10 hours on Christmas Day playing Fallout 3, and that just chef's kiss. That was an amazing experience, to say the least. Have I talked about Fallout London yet? No, I did not talk about Fallout London yet. I am very interested in getting into Fallout London. For people who are not aware, that is a actual DLC that was released yesterday. It was a massive, like, it was originally a DLC that was like a mod, and then now it's become like a fully supported mod by like Bethesda, and they worked with a team to like even like expand it out, which is absolutely bonkers. Like imagine just like making a mod that everyone loves so much that the game company is just like, hey, we want to work with you to make this an actual official thing. Like that just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's like Black Mesa, the fan remake of Half-Life that sort of got kind of similar. It's even more bonkers here because I'm pretty sure, didn't Todd Howard just say like he doesn't want to do like overseas, like he thinks like the Fallout story is more of like an Americana kind of commentary. Like, so it's interesting that this did get backed in that way, not only because it's a third party fan made kind of thing, but also, yeah, it just didn't seem like that's where the creators wanted to take it, or not creators, but the stewards of the game.
Oh yeah, but I also think that like people are really hungry for more when it comes to Fallout.
There's no
And, like,
doubt.
That's the thing, because we constantly hear about like what happened in other countries when the bombs fell, and then just being able to see like the small cracks of information throughout the past 3-4 games, and then just like now with the television show coming out, it makes sense that they released this. Because
I'd like to assume
people
the
want
rest of the
more.
world was unaffected, that this actually only happened in America and everybody just left them.
Well, Fallout London will definitely shatter that idea.
Yeah, it
but
doesn't look like that's the case.
if only, I think that would be really cool.
That'd be so
Because
funny.
there's like different others like types of media where it kind of seems like a specific area is only the one that affected. I think that would be a really cool like turn of events, like an M. Night Shyamalan situation, where we find out that they just ended up like the U.S. government bombed themselves, and then they all went into these shelters, and the rest of the world's just completely unaffected. And they're like, "What happened to the U.S.?"
Do you have to buy that? Like, it's a purchase mod? Do you have to buy this?
I think it's fully free, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was reading something about you have to get it on GOG and then you have to download the mod, and even if you play it on Steam, like it's a whole thing.
Yeah, a lot of articles say that there's like a kind of like a rigmarole that you have to do, like specific steps that you have to take to be able to download it, which is kind of
PC gaming
unfortunate.
mods,
because I
I
feel
feel-
like, yeah, but at the same time, if it's supported by the actual, like, if it's supported by Bethesda now, you would think that they would have it integrated in
Yeah.
just at least that one. Like, it doesn't have to be every single mod, but like, if you have the backing and they were promoting it, it doesn't make any sense. It is free, but it's going to be
It
a
is
process
free.
to get going.
Thanks, Yarden.
That's
in the
valid.
chat.
Now, Yarden, I do have a question. I haven't looked up too much information on this. Is this a mod that you could technically start from the very beginning, or do you have to hit a specific point of the story to be able to get to London? Or do you know? If not, because I know that was the whole issue with like...
We're gonna sit and wait for the question
no,
to
I
be
was just,
answered by the
you
chat.
can tell me. No,
This
okay,
is the question
wait.
within a question, by the way. We're still in Jiggy's question.
I'm
I'm pretty
sorry.
sure.
Oh my goodness, guys, I apologize.
Oh,
It is late
gosh.
here. My brain has left the building apparently. My one brain cell is gone. No, I digress. No, at the end of the day, I think that's specifically my history with Xbox, is just a lot of like smaller kind of like samplings of Xbox, and then finally getting into Game Pass when it became available on PC.
I was hoping her answer would be, I'm still not in Xbox. I was just hoping that was going to be the answer. Like, I haven't started yet. Still waiting.
Fiona's here for that cloud perspective, man. Like, I really appreciated that about you.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, cloud guys. Innovation. Not just me. I'm not going to... Oh my goodness. I digress. Bowsah.
Funny
What's
enough,
your history with Xbox?
Fiona goes further back with Xbox than I do. So my first Xbox I bought Black Friday 2019. I picked up a 1S with Jedi Fallen Order. And then I barely touched it. It really wasn't until the Series X came along that I really just started slamming through the back catalog and playing Gears 4, Gears 5.
Yes.
Really getting into some of the older stuff. That's when I played Hellblade, Plague Tale Innocence.
Ooh.
Started getting in that Game Pass catalog, and yeah, it's just taken off from there.
That's the one thing I will say, that was kind of the cool thing when I came back to gaming, after a 4 or 5-year hiatus, when I came back to gaming, I was like, cool. And this is when I came back to gaming, it was PS2, Xbox, GameCube era, right? So I came into PlayStation and they were just like, oh, here's awesome games. You ain't got to wait for nothing, right? Here's just stacks of great games. Same thing, GameCube, Xbox. They're just like, oh, the console's been out for 4 years. Oh, here's the greatest hits you've missed in the last 4 years. And that's always a cool thing, especially with Game Pass being a thing when you got your Xbox, right? That's awesome. Oh, you missed however much history, 15 years of history? Here you go. Here's every Gears, here's every Halo. That's so cool, dude. That's super awesome.
Yeah, the Xbox came out, 2001? Is that when it?
Yeah,
it was early
2001.
2000s, right?
2000 was PlayStation 2, because I remember I was a freshman when PS2 came out, because I'm old. And then Xbox was 2001, and I think GameCube was 2001 as well.
Yeah, so I got the PlayStation 2 partly because I could play DVDs on it.
Hell yeah.
And that one went to college with me, and then that's pretty much when I stopped gaming for a while.
Yeah.
And then I got a Wii when those came out, and then waited till the Switch. So there's a big gap there where I didn't play anything. So it's not I definitely just hated Xbox or anything.
Yeah.
Also, Xbox, F you for making me buy a $30 accessory to play DVDs when it was already built into the damn console. You just wanted to sell me a remote.
I know, it wouldn't even work. It's this thing doesn't work without the Kinect plugged in. I know.
You could put a DVD in, it was we don't know
What's this thing? Yeah.
What's this? This ain't a game. And then you plug in some stupid dongle, and Xbox is you're good, boss. What are you talking about? I was I remember when I found that out working at the video game store, I'm wait a minute. So
yeah, and then I was a sucker
I
who
gotta
bought the
sell
thing.
this thing because PlayStation 2 had a remote, and it was just awesome. It was a great remote,
but
right?
I
And it just
don't
worked.
think you needed the remote to play.
No, you didn't. It was
So you
just
didn't have to buy
awesome. It was such a great remote that
was a
people
good
bought
remote.
it. Right, that's what I'm saying. It was just an awesome remote that was optional. Xbox is nah, $30. Thank you very much. I was you guys suck for that. That's the one thing I'll say. And then 360 and every other console after that, they were JK, you can play these. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
And I think my favorite memory with Xbox is a couple years ago in 2022 during the E3 Summer Game Fest, whatever. Some friends and I were hanging out in Discord, watching along with them, and then somebody started playing a game called Disc Room. It was on Game Pass at the time. Wild game, but score chaser, essentially. So we just went back and forth for a week, chasing down each other's times, and that's what it's all about there, right? Mm-hmm. Keep posting times in Discord hey, Joel, you better check your score on this level. Ha ha ha, I beat you by 1/10 of a second.
It's always good to talk crap to your friends and make them go back and do something better.
Yep. So that was just a really nice week where we were hanging out anyways, watching all the events and playing a game in the background, and that was good times.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great question. Damn, I could
Yeah,
talk about
good question.
the history forever, man. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I had like every HD DVD available because of the add-on on the 360. Like, I was all in.
I remember people playing games on that drive, or like playing movies and stuff off that drive, thinking like, this will.
It was better.
It was better. I'm
Yeah,
like, shut
I
up.
remember that too.
It's not better.
Yeah.
It's not better. I remember that.
All
Fun
right.
times.
Our last community question comes from Daryl and leads into our topic of the week. Daryl wants to know, any games discounted during the Xbox Ultimate Game Sale going on now worth taking a look at? I should really
Yup.
keep to Game Pass, but what
Yes.
sale games do we got? Sean, are you going to bring up the store? Are we going to shop the entire
We
time?
could shop.
for
Who just said that
games?
they just bought a bunch of games? I feel like somebody was
Quaggy's
talking
been
about
buying a
that.
bunch of Steam games. Quaggy's on a roll over there.
I
I just
actually,
bought a
while
bunch of Steam games.
yeah, while you guys were going through, I was actually scrolling the thing. The only thing I would say is like, there's a bunch of games that are really good sales, but they're part of Game Pass. So it's
Yeah.
like, unless you plan to get rid of Game Pass due to a price increase here soon, maybe you want to do that. But like, there's a lot of games that are on here that are like great discounts, but they're part of Game Pass. So like, just if you keep Game Pass, just play
Just
them
keep
there.
Game Pass, yeah.
Exactly.
One I'll point out for sure is the Little Nightmares bundle with 1 and 2 and a bunch of DLC. It's only $14.99. That's a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. One big one. I mean, it's always on sale, but in case anybody hasn't done it, Batman Arkham Collection is $9.
Oh, that's where you go. Normally, you can sort these by like discount.
Yeah,
amount.
but you can't. They have
I'm
like
not seeing
the best
that.
ones at the top, and then like after that, it's all alphabetical order. So that's why I started kind of going through some of them. There's a lot of
Yeah.
games that are in here that are fantastic games that are really cheap, like Dishonored. Love Dishonored 1 and 2. Think they're phenomenal games, but they're on Game Pass. Just play them on Game Pass, right?
yeah.
Little Nightmares is one of those that's definitely not on there. Guardians of the Galaxy, which I did not think I would like as much as I did. That game is awesome. I had a ton of fun playing that game. It's only $15. Definitely worth it. The other ones I had on here, I just recently beat it, was Hogwarts. Is only $24. And that
Little
game is Hogleg. That game is a enormous amount of time that you can spend in that game. You know, if you want to go back and beat all 4 classes, you know, all 4, Jesus, I'm missing the name of the
Houses.
Houses, thank you. All 4 houses, like, that's for $24. That's amazing.
Dude, the BioShock collection is $10.
Yeah, that's amazing.
80% off. That is required. Halo Reach is $249.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Halo, yeah, Halo's really cheap, but also you could play Halo on Game Pass.
It's true. Witcher 3, $10. Sleeping Dogs, $4.50. Like, those are required games for sure. Monster Hunter World, I feel like this is a fee game. I don't know if you've ever played Monster Hunter World. You muted I think you tried to unmute and then you went on mute. So, nope. Still, okay. We'll get you on the
just
next game that
broke
we
it.
talk about. What else? What else
As
we got
a
here?
very Mitch game, all the Kingdom Hearts games are 60% off. All of them.
my
You can
gosh.
get 1.5 and 2.5 remake for $20. That's just want to point out. That's a whole lot of game. That's a whole lot of game for $20.
Man, I know this- yeah, you're right.
The other one too that I was looking at, and I just adore these games. Don't care about the franchise overall, but overall it's good. Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor both are $9.
Oh, great shout out. Definitely.
I'm sorry, $10.50. My bad, $10.50.
Yeah.
Amazing games. If you like Lord of the Rings, I bet you'll like them better than I did, because I haven't even seen a Lord of the Rings movie. Right? Y'all can yell at me in the comments if you want. I played those games and they're great. They're
Yeah.
great. I skipped every cutscene because I didn't care. But that gameplay loop is phenomenal. You should play it too.
Man. Dude, I'm having to stop myself because a lot of these are in Game Pass. A lot of
Yeah.
the things, like, and actually through EA,
Yes,
like
exactly.
like the Battlefield games, like
Yep.
Battlefield 5 or V or whatever.
Skate
those are
3
all
is
good.
on there. It's a great game,
Yeah.
but it's all on Game Pass. The other ones I'll shout out: Overcooked 2. Or I'm sorry, the Overcooked Collection. It's great couch co-op if you have a spouse. It's super fun. Be nice to your spouse. Don't yell at them to cut the potatoes or wash the dishes. Be respectful to your spouse. But
the
those
game.
games in the game, also in real life. But those are really fun games. Those are $16 for both of those. All of the Resident Evil games all of
Yep.
them are 75% off.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 Remake is $10. Resident Evil 3 Remake is $10. Oh
so
my
awesome.
God.
The sale is so good. we
here's the
can't
thing.
even contain ourselves.
Here's the problem.
Typically, yeah.
The problem is I switched over to Deku Deals to view the sale, and that is a better page than Xbox's
is
own
it?
page. Yeah.
Like, there's a ton of games that are on here. I mean, like, for example, I was going to talk about the Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Like, those are all great. They're on Game Pass. Yep,
Yeah,
they're EA Play. So I'm trying to look at games that aren't part of Game Pass, but like I said, like, that's just a small... I didn't even see the BioShock collection. It's $10 friggin' dollars.
$10.
That's
Yeah, Mass
bonkers.
Effect is in there too, but also Game Pass. Like the
Titanfall's
Legendary
always on
Collection.
sale. Game Pass. Like, by the way,
Pretty
I'll
good
let you
summer
guys,
sale.
I'll let you guys know right now. Pro tip: don't buy Uno on Xbox.
Oh, damn.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Reason why I say that: Uno is broken on Xbox, and Ubisoft refuses to patch it. I bought it because I wanted to play gambling games with my friends. I was going to play drunk Uno with my buddies. I literally bought it. If you play it on Series X, the game just hard crashes. There's like workarounds for it, but Ubisoft refuses to patch it. If you go into, you want to see something funny, go into Uno on Xbox, go to the Game Store reviews. You want some comedy, go read those. They're on par with like some of the Steam reviews where they're just outrageous and hilarious. Go check those out. But
That's awesome.
what else?
point out,
I mean, there's a ton of DLC on
Dredge.
sale too.
Dredge is $16.24.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a good
Yep.
game. The
All
Grand
the
Theft
Witcher
Auto
3 DLC
trilogy.
is on sale. Did that trilogy ever actually, like, I'm not gonna say get good, but get good?
I mean, it's
that
probably
thing
worth
was
the $30 they're charging now on sale.
maybe, yeah. When that game came out, it was a mess. Like, I don't know what emulate or like how they did the remake, but it was like very poorly ran. Like, it glitched out all the time and stuff. So I don't know if that ever got fixed, but yeah, I mean, that's solid. Golf with Friends is on here.
good
which
one.
It is on Game Pass, but that's not an official game that could like stay on Game Pass forever.
Yeah.
So I'll shout out Golf with Friends. You know, we already, it sounds bad, but we can imagine, oh, like Dishonored won't leave Game Pass because it's an official Xbox game, but then Forza Horizon did. I digress. I think like, you know, yes, Golf with Friends is currently on Game Pass right now. However, that game is awesome and it could leave Game Pass at any moment because it's not a first party Xbox game in any way, shape or form. But check that out. It is super fun.
So we just spent $1,000 naming $5 games.
I didn't spend anything.
I also want to point this out, and I'm glad they kept this out of it. Far Cry Insanity Bundle. Far Cry 3, 4, and 5 for $18.
Oh, that's the one. Great call out. I love that.
'Cause
Yes.
They left out 6 because 6 was trash. Remember that. I'm sorry. 6's AI was
know
the
if it
worst
was
thing I've ever
trash.
been. It was bad. It was bad.
I did like 5 though.
I didn't finish
5
it.
is great. 5 is great. 4 is great. 3 is great. That's the core 3 right there. The only other one that's on here, it's not that discounted. I don't know if it's on Game Pass anymore. Cuphead with the DLC is $19.
Oh,
It's
that's
only
pretty
30% off, but Cuphead's a great game.
good. Yeah, Cuphead's good.
I've been tempted to buy it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just going to be mad.
Hard.
Here's a
It's
good one.
fair. It's fair. You beat Elden Ring. Stop. You beat
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
Okay.
Go play Cuphead. You won't get as mad at Cuphead as you will Elden Ring. I promise you that. Promise you that. It'll frustrate you, but it's fair. Elden Ring is...
I'm literally calling you on Discord screaming
Do it.
when I play it.
Do it. I don't care. And I'll say, get over it, Bowsah. Try again. You're fine. Also, I'm going to put out all of the Crash games are all on sale, but we also have to assume that those are Activision games. All the Call of Duties are like half off. But again, we all kind of have to assume eventually they'll be on Game Pass. So unless you like truly want them right now, you can wait. You know, like I saw up here like Call of Duty, yeah, right here. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the old ones, $10, $15. Modern Warfare Remake, $19. All great games, but you also just have to assume, just wait a little bit, and they'll just be on Game Pass. You know what I mean? Like, say all the Crash games are like 60. The Crash and Spyro thing is like 60% off right now. Again.
But
give it
Mitch,
some time.
Game Pass just went up so much money. Like, why do you want Game Pass? Just buy the games on sale for $3 or $4 each.
Or that's true. Or you could just spend $20 a month and have all of them. Like, I
Not
don't
yet.
get it.
Add them to the
exactly.
list.
That's a list. Arkham Collection for $9 and the BioShock one for $10. Those might be the best ones. Although BioShock includes BioShock 2, but also
BioShock 2 is good. I will not allow you to besmirch BioShock 2.
Not as good as one. Here's the thing. I'll say not as good as 1 or 3.
Not as good as one of the greatest games of its time. That's
true.
Fair.
But also, you can say the same thing about Arkham Collection because that includes Arkham Knight, which is not as good as City or
I
Asylum.
like the Knight too. I mean, I have both of those collections.
Again, we're not saying they're bad games. There's just one weak one out of the 3 for sure.
Fair.
I'm going to shout out one more. Deliver Us Mars is $10.49.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe you've caught wind of this. One Miss D. Locklith has been playing Deliver Us the Moon because it just came to Switch.
Yeah.
Well, Deliver Us Mars is the sequel, and it is on sale on Xbox.
I love it.
So now Locklith needs an Xbox.
Yep. Get her one.
She got to start entering those
not
sweepstakes.
fees. We'll get
She's gonna
Locklith.
Did you see there was a furry Xbox? It was all covered in fur.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's for gory, cuddly carnage.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that's for when it gets the red rings of death. You have to wrap it in a towel.
Oh yeah, maybe.
A furry
How it fixes
towel.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Destiny 2 expansions used to be on Game Pass. I don't think they are anymore.
They were for a time. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into that, Destiny 2 Legacy Collection, which I'm assuming is a 3-pack of major DLC stuff, is $25. Normally $70. So that's another one.
Nuts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I
shout
love
out
these
to Deathloop.
sales. This is
Deathloop
why
so
I
good.
can't be buying games this year, guys. Because I see these sales go, and I still get Steam emails and all these things. And, your wish list is on sale, and it's part of the discipline. I see it, and I'm not doing it.
I'm staying strong. I'm still not buying Cyberpunk, even though it's $30. I know I want to play it someday, but I'm not ready to play it right now, so I'm not going to buy it.
That's smart.
Don't do
The
it.
best deal in gaming, the best deal if you're talking dollars for hours of gameplay you get, for $32, you get Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
That's
That's
pretty good.
1,000 hours of gaming if you want it to be between those 3 games for $32. So
I
that
thought you were
might
going to
be
say The
biggest
Witcher.
one.
The Witcher 2 is $3, and The Witcher 3 is 10. So
That's actually true. Those are also extremely long games. But yeah, all the good ones are. It's weird because they highlight the bigger, higher profile games up top, but even some of these are Forza Horizon 5, Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition, EA Sports FC, which is also on Game Pass. Red Dead Redemption 2 is only $20, which great game. Cyberpunk's only 33% off for the Ultimate Edition. It's still a $54 game, but
It's $30 for the base. It's fine.
is it $30 for the base?
Yeah.
Elden Ring's still $42. And they know people will still pay $42 for it. Fee, you're still muted.
yeah, no, we'll get her back eventually. Here.
Oh no.
Did you hit me?
Type it in, I'll do your voice.
StreamYard?
Type it in the chat, I'll do
talk
your voice.
for you.
Yeah, sign it.
So, yeah. Learn ASL right now.
Okay.
Oh God, Fee's
we'll
giving me a
move on.
signal. I know
we
already.
we will move on.
There's going to be some sign language real soon.
Yeah, exactly. For all you audio listeners, please go to the video to see the sign language Fee gave me.
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
just
we'll have
imagine.
feedback on next week, maybe.
We love you, Fee.
I'm sorry, Fee.
Daryl, hopefully we answered your question with enough games to go purchase. I think that
That's
might
it.
be. I think is that it.
That's it. That's all the community
it.
questions. That's the main topic. We did it. We're done.
The end of the show. It's been a wild ride. I have more games at the end of the show to think about playing for tomorrow's birthday stream than I did at the start, but we'll find out how that goes. Before we get into the end rigmarole, Mitch Power, even
Yes.
though you have some awful news to deliver to me after the show, please
I really do.
tell me and all the rest of the people where they can find you on the internet, my friend.
You can find me everywhere at MitchPower1116. Currently, I'm on my road to 1,000 followers on Twitch, which as of today, I'm up to 953 followers. So I do want to thank, so I'm getting close to 1,000. Will I stream this weekend? Who knows? Honestly, depending on how I wake up tomorrow, I might not be streaming, but just, follow me there. We do community games normally on Saturday. So if I'm feeling up to it, we'll play something tomorrow. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, Mitch Power 1116. Feel free to check me out every there. Also, I might have a podcast on August 1st that's available for people. I don't know. We'll figure
Stay
it out.
tuned. Nice
tuned.
teaser.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
like it. Bowsah, how about you? Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on X, Xbox, and PlayStation at Bowsah13, and find me in the Discord at Bowsah.
As for Fiona, who is having a little bit of technical difficulties here, you can follow her on Twitch at Zeranix, follow her on X at Zeranix as well, and send her your well wishes so that maybe her microphone will work throughout the entire show. Next week, as for me, you can find me on X and Xbox at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. I will be celebrating my 40th birthday this weekend, which is bonkers. Grateful for every single day, and hopefully have a super fun stream playing every single game that we can possibly think of. And it's all possible thanks to everybody who supports us over at patreon.com/carpool gaming. And I will take a quick moment, if you will allow it, Bowsah, to thank our ultimate producers. Oh, we have a moment. You will not allow it.
I will not allow it yet.
Oh, okay.
Before everyone runs off to bed, make sure you go check out Foolish Fuji streaming on Twitch right now. She's doing a subathon for her birthday and streamiversary and all the stuff. Apparently it's her birthday, but maybe her birthday's in December, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is in Australia right now.
Yeah. Calendars are obviously different in the Southern Hemisphere, so
Completely different. So if you're
Google it.
still feeling a little spunky, you want some entertainment, go hang out with Fuya.
So I
Nice.
just want to point out, so she stole my birthday / stream anniversary stream. Got it. I'm going to go give her all sorts of stuff for it. Don't worry about it. Thanks, Bowsah, for pointing that out.
Okay. Can I thank the people now?
Okay, I think you can thank the people now.
Thank you so much to every single one of you over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, and especially a thank you to our ultimate producers who just got their exclusive merch. Thank you to Jonathan Brown, who does the music for this show and the PlayStation Drive. You can check out his music at linktree/pme.jib. Search for Purple Monkey Entertainment on Spotify and Apple Music. Go listen to it. Treat yourself. And the links are in the show notes. Go support Jonathan Brown. And also, thank you to Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes. Thank you to our platinum producers, Peje EP, Smokin Joe, The Captain, and Tim Paullin. And thank you to gold members Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave, BobLoblaw, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, CowboyDangerD, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Drellesh, Emily O'Kelly, Hoppel, Yon32, Kia Savoy, Patrice Mallette, Shane Erickson, Tech Mike, the Jiggy Collector, and Tim freaking Aulph. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us, making our dreams come true, powering Extra Life. It all helps. And I just want to say thank you to my fellow co-hosts here, especially Fiona, who is nodding along with her muted mic. This is... Oh, I think you just unmuted. Are you back? Maybe talk and try to speak. Nope. I don't know. You can't hear me.
Now she can't hear us. Perfect.
That's amazing. She reacted when
I bet you Wavelength updated and broke everything.
I can hear you guys.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
well,
hear
we can
you.
hear you sort of now. You know, you're
Great.
coming through like a webcam.
10
now.
out of 10.
All right,
Thumbs
okay.
up.
The end of episode 349. 350 is next, so we probably could do something special for that. Goodness gracious, we made it to the end. We love you all. Thank you so much for listening. And here's Fiona at the end. Here she is.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.